No. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Fatty.
dude, it's like in the last 2 days, this has got to be like my 7th cookie.
Damn, that's heavy.
Last night, dude.
Straight dome in them.
I wasn't talking to the mic. I had about 7 of these cookies in less than 24 hours. Bought a whole bucket of them. It's going down. So you're just going to have to wait till I'm finished eating.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
All right. Hell yeah, Evan.
What's up?
Thanks for coming back on the show.
Yeah, no worries.
Nice. Going to start this one off with a little shout out from our friends at Narragansett Beer. Looks like they're opening up a new brewery in Providence. Here, there's an article. But shout out. We have Crush Light Quint deck out with Narragansett Beer. If you got one, let us know for sure. Always love the feedback. If you've seen one, because I heard some of them are in the bars and stuff throughout New England. If you see a Crush Light Quint deck out in the wild, take a photo. Tag ALLiNEEDSKATE on Insta. That'd be epic. All right, yeah, let's see. Internet's slow. Internet's slow. There we go. The new Providence Brewery. Hi, neighbor. We've been hard at work planning and starting construction of the new brewery. The Gansett team can't wait to open our doors in the Fox Point neighborhood of Providence later this year. There's still a lot of work to be done, but wanted to take a minute to stop and smell the hops. Here are a few images in the planning stage. Start following at Gansett Beer PVD on Instagram to follow the build out. Thanks for all of the support in getting us to this point. We can't wait to share beer with you at our new home. Much love, Gansett.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then they got like a sick little outdoor spot where you can go drink beers and stuff. Says hi neighbor, all big. Looks like they're designing a skate park, but a brewery.
Yeah, right?
Oh. Those guys are epic, so check them out, dude. Follow Narragansett Beer for sure on whatever social media they're on. If you see a Crush It Like Quint deck out there, let us know. That'd be sick. Yeah. And yeah, those guys have supported All I Need from the beginning. So.
Yeah, 100%.
One of I think my 4th or 5th guest with Jim Crooks. He was one of the dudes that helped bring the brewery back to
really?
Rhode Island. Yeah.
No way.
Conrad linked that one up.
That was sick.
How's that mic holding? Steady?
Yeah,
nice.
Steady as can be.
Okay, moving right along. Paying some bills right now. Next up is Eastern Skate Supply. If any of you work at a shop and you want that shop to carry All I Need, which would be sick, they can get it through Eastern Skate Supply. And sometimes that's good because when a shop goes to Eastern Skate Supply, it's like a one-stop shop. They can get a few different brands, fill up a box, and get a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Totally, for sure.
But yeah, Eastern carries All I Need, so check them out. And World Industry. Shout out to World, because I've been battling online for the last few days. Told you I had to put the phone down a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, getting sucked into the dark side over there.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you do? I wasn't kidding about that either.
Yeah, no.
I was dead ass serious. I was like, dude, I got to put it down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting pulled in.
Yeah, it's easy.
World's such a crazy brand. Like, you can just get pulled in, dude.
Totally.
Feeling like the dark one on the phone, dude. It's crazy. All right, yeah. So I think that's it. Eastern, Narragansett Beer. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. That would be sick. If you're not watching on YouTube and you want to check out the YouTube channel, we upload videos weekly, sometimes 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Podcast weekly. Mostly on what's today, Saturday. We've been doing them on Saturday and Sundays, basically.
Hell
so
yeah.
Yeah, and you can also get the All I Need podcast on Spotify, iTunes. That way, if you're just driving and you can only listen to the audio and you can't watch the video, you can subscribe on those platforms too. So, almost throw up a little cookie. Oh yeah, and we got a lot of good things in the works. Good Eye, our 3rd full-length team video, is going to be dropping on Transworld's site. I want to say the 27th, but I'll confirm for sure once I talk to those guys again. But we're going to premiere our 3rd full-length video, Good Eye, with full parts from myself, Corey Goonan, Derek Fukuhara.
Shit.
It was his birthday,
a few days ago.
A day ago, a day or two ago. D Fuchs out in Cali, dude, is the man. Epic, man.
100%.
Timmy Knuth, who I just ran into, went down to Tampa Pro with, shredded, full part from him. Billy Drown, Kevin Clem, Evan Mansolillo, Sam Curran, and Nick Barth. They kind of like share a part, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, stoked. And the music in this video is awesome.
Yeah, Sam crushed it.
Yeah, and the filming, editing, all of it.
Fuck yeah.
Stoked that we're going to put it online for everybody to check out. And shout out to everyone who bought some of the hard copies when we had DVDs.
For sure.
That was so cool to know that we could put out a DVD and people would cop it. It was rad to see that. Yeah, okay. Sick. That's it. We'll get into the questions now. Evan clapped.
Let's go.
Okay. And these questions come from Instagram.
Yeah.
My personal one. So I just asked people for questions. I told them me and Evan were going to be podcasting. So the homies on the digital platforms out there, digital waves out there, sending in the questions, bro. All right, Vulture Crew. Their first one says, the first one's a 3-parter. You want that one first?
Yeah, is that all the Edge homies?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Sick.
Vulture Crew is like, they skated the Uxbridge Park a lot, and they've been rolling to the Edge a lot, like, especially because of the weather, you know?
Sick.
But it's all different ages. It's just like a crew of people that shred. Rad. Like Chloe's been skating with the Vulture Crew for a while.
Yeah, that's why, I saw.
And like, yeah, they got a good crew going. So, 3-parter. Let's start one at a time. Favorite skate trip?
Ooh, favorite skate trip?
Yep.
Man, I always love going down to Florida and like doing the expo and skating street after.
Hell yeah.
But then...
how many years have we done that? Or that you've been on? 3,
I think.
Were you there from all of them?
3 and then 1 when I was like younger and I went down with my mom.
What? Sick.
Yeah.
Damn, sick.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. And... I don't know. I always really like going to New York, I think.
Hell yeah.
New York's fun.
It's just because it's chaos, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I love the chaos. I wouldn't live there. I don't think I could handle it, but I can go for like 3 days and just be totally in it.
It's crazy because you can go to New York and everything's moving. Yeah. And everyone's so busy or got other shit going on that it's just like you can move amongst that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
With street skating, it kind of helps a little bit, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Like, the show doesn't stop. That was solid.
Yeah.
Those Florida trips have been epic for sure. I'd say they're up there.
Me too.
Another trip anywhere outside the country is always epic. You ever been outside the country?
Mexico when I was like...
Viva la Mexico!
With my family in like 3rd grade, maybe?
Not a skate trip.
Not a skate trip.
You weren't skating in 3rd grade?
No.
Oh, it's barking. I don't think you guys can hear that. It's not like the old podcast studio where you could just pick it all up.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. That's sick. Mine would be maybe China back in the day. Like a dozen, like 12, 13 years ago, went to China. Was crazy. Dude, dogs are so annoying me. Hold tight, all right? Oh, no, they're done.
Tara's got it.
She's down there and they still don't listen to her.
Emma's going crazy.
This reminds me of like when I first started the podcast. This would happen all the time, and you'd actually hear it. They probably don't even hear it. That's the funny thing. I'd say China. China was so sick. It was like a skate park. Yeah. Every street spot was like a skate park in the sense that like there wasn't many cracks. It was all marble, 100%. Smooth, banks, hips, shit that like it seemed like they were designing skate parks, but they really weren't. Yeah, that's crazy, awesome. Man. All right, moving on. After the dog's chaos. All right, 3-parter. Favorite skate trip, nailed it. Who had the worst fart in the trip?
Oh.
Who's the homie that just
Billy.
Like,
Billy's just gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
And in addition to the farts, there's a lot of waiting up for Billy taking dumps, too. Like at the worst time. I mean, it's like, it's funny. Like, we're not mad at it, but definitely Bill.
Billy's a little swampy out there.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
Yeah, especially in Florida. I feel like it gets just worse when
it's his natural habitat.
Yeah.
He just slips into the swamp and just like farts and fucking does shoeies in the swamp, dude.
Yeah, or getting in the van. Where's Bill? Oh, Bill's in the bathroom.
Yeah, he is always taking a shit at the worst
that's what
time.
I mean.
Dude, those are facts for sure.
Yeah.
I've never really actually put that together because he's never like too bad of an inconvenience. But now that I think about it, like when we're about to leave somewhere, he's usually taking a shit or something. Yeah.
At least he does it then.
Yeah, true. Instead of in the van on the steering wheel.
Oh my God.
I've had some van stories.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Crazy. Go on a trip for long enough and you're in a van long enough, shit gets crazy in there.
Yeah, I bet some shit goes down.
There's one trip though where this is like not even bad, but there was one trip where we just didn't give a fuck about the sunflower seeds and we're just all over the bottom of the van.
Just fuck it.
Yeah, so dirty. That's what I think of that.
Just fully sinking into the van.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But Timmy Knuth definitely has some sour ones. Eats a lot of salt and vinegar chips.
True, he does.
So like when he does let one go. I mean, we all fart, you know?
Yeah.
But there's some that have some special ones. You ever shit your pants?
Yeah, once actually when I was like 12.
You said that so serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was skating OMF by myself at like 12 and it was like pretty early in the morning and like I knew I had to go, but I think I was just trying this trick.
This is hard-hitting news right now.
Yeah, and there's some bathrooms at the Old Mount Field. There's like baseball fields and stuff too. So there's like a bathroom, like little bathroom building.
How far is it from the park?
It's like right there, like 500 feet. But I assumed that it was going to be unlocked.
Oh, fuck you.
So, yeah, it was locked. And then there's a CVS like a quarter mile away. And
you're turtle heading by this point.
Yeah. And I was just trying to run to CVS. And
no.
There's this like bridge that goes over the pond that's next to the park. And there's like, you know, you're just walking through the grass to get to the road to walk to CVS, and I didn't make it to the main road. But there was like this little stream that the bridge goes over, and I was trying to run towards the stream because I knew it was about to happen. And then I just kind of slipped like as I was approaching the water, and it just came out.
Oh, you fell while you shit yourself?
I fell. So my stepdad picked me up. He has a truck, so I just rode in the bed home.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sucked.
You're
worst.
That was fucking nasty, dude. That's a nasty day, dude.
Yeah. It was full on, like, not just a nasty fart, like, just definitely shit.
Yeah. Brutal, dude. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, me too. It's alright. It's funny.
Yeah. I've shit my pants, so I get it, bro.
Yep.
I used to, when I was a little kid, I'd have to shit pretty bad on the bus and just try to hold it. Never be able to make it, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. Not all the time, but enough that I remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like learned. I'm like, you gotta shit before you get on the bus to go home. It was a long bus drive.
Can't be hard way.
Yeah, can't be that shitty kid on the bus, you know? Like the kid down in the fucking swamps side of the skateboard.
Yeah.
Shitting his pants, bro. What did they eat? That was like a 3-parter. So it was like fart on the trip and what caused them. For Timmy, it's for sure salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I associate with his farts. Billy's hot dogs.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. Hot dog Bill.
That's our ongoing joke with Bill. All right, moving on. Hey, shout out Vulture Crew for for bringing the funny ass questions and keeping it lighthearted.
Hell yeah.
In an awesome way. And like these guys like skate. They have like a sick skate community with all ages, and they all show up and shred, and they support each other, and it's so cool.
Hell yeah!
Thanks for like being a part of skateboarding and killing it, keeping the hype there. You know, it helps. It helps when you like people show up and everyone's just down to skate, and everyone keeps your shit together, and you got a bunch of friends you skate, and
totally.
It's like this seems like they have a tight crew.
Nice.
Yeah. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Jacob Jensen, 74. That's on Instagram. Why 74? You're gonna have to ask him. Jensen's working at the Edge now.
He is?
You seen him there?
No.
No, yeah, he works there now.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Dude, me and him almost pissed ourselves. Like I almost pissed myself because we were in the office at the Edge and he's working and he points out to me, he's like, this dude's been gripping his board for like 10 minutes. And I'm like...
and he just had to piss.
No, me. I just like... So we start watching this guy on the monitor. We're in the office at the skate park watching the security camera monitor, and the guy's in the skate shop. And Jacob's like, dude, he's like, Jacob's cracking up. He's like, he's been in there for like 10 minutes gripping his board. And then like... I'm watching. I watched for like 10 more minutes. It's 20 minutes. We watched this dude, no joke, Evan, for like an hour, maybe
Holy
more.
Shit.
And like Jeff Audley, who works at the Edge, came in and out of the office like 4 times and was like, dude, this guy's not leaving. Like, he's been gripping his board for an hour.
That's weird.
He had the grip gum and he was using that shit.
No.
Dude, it got to the point where it was literally an hour in and we're like, there's no way he's still gripping this board. And he would take it off the table, put it on the floor, cut it a little more. Like,
what?
And he was just gripping it like a normal. He didn't do any fancy cuts, nothing. It was a straight grip job
Oh my God.
that took over an hour. I literally almost pissed myself because I was like, "There's no way he's still going." It was like watching someone that couldn't help themselves for like an hour.
It's like a ritual to him. Or something.
But I don't know. He might be out there doing some stuff. You know, like I don't know the guy, but I was like, "Holy shit!" That was the longest grip job I have ever seen. The heaviest grip job by far. I didn't even know it was possible to take that long to fucking grip a board straight up. Jacob Jensen's question is street or park?
Definitely street.
So is it? He kind of posed it as either or. I'm gonna change the question a little bit. Maybe say something you like about street and you like about park, and something you dislike about both of them, and I'll do the same. If I have any to add, I guess. Start with street because you said you were hyped on street. So why are you hyped on street? It might sound obvious, but say it anyway. Yeah,
just because getting a clip out in the street. You know, it kind of feels like better than, skating a park. You're like out there, you like went out into the world, you did what you wanted to do, and it like feels like you just went out there and did something. Yeah. Or just skate park, it's like kind of like it's like practice for the streets, I guess. Yeah. But
well, so like parks are more like designed for what it's meant for. Like you go to a skate park, it's built perfect to do something for the most part, not always. Yeah. Whereas the streets, it's like you go out into the crazy environment and you just find something to do a trick on. Yeah, exactly. That's it, and you like that aspect. Yeah. And you dislike. So that's one for street. What's something you like about park skating? Park skating, I like that you can get like a full session in, like run through all your tricks that you like doing. You can skate for like hours. Like sometimes street skating, the like only con is if you have like a trick in mind. Like the other weekend, I drove like 2 hours to a spot, tried it for like 2.5 hours, didn't get it, drove home. So it's like you skated all day, but you didn't get to like really session. Yeah. Like, flow around, do a bunch of different tricks. Yeah. So that's the worst. Yeah. Especially if like, because sometimes when you're street skating too, it's like, you're getting into something that you really want to land. Yeah. And you're kind of pushing yourself. Exactly. And you're not going to. Half the time you're not going to get good warm-up and you just have to charge it. Yeah. So then you totally miss out on not even skating, especially if you get kicked out. Yeah. Or like you just slam super hard. Like that aspect of street skating where it's like hurry up and then you have to keep it moving. It's like intense. Whereas a park, you can slow play it. Yeah. Billy shows up to a park and stretches for about 45 minutes. He's like grandpa stretches out there. Smart move, but it's like you can never really do that at a street spot, I guess. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so pros for street and park. Negatives. Did we already cover street ones? Because you're rushed. Yeah, the negative. Yeah. Negative park. Negative park. Kind of just like what I said before. If you like skate a park all day compared to skating street all day, it kind of feels like you didn't like go out there and like try to accomplish anything, You feel like, I don't know, I feel more like hyped and like I did something if I was in the streets all day compared to the park. Yeah. Because you can like skate the park any day, kind of. Yeah. It's easier. It's designed for that. Yeah. So you go there, whereas the other one's more challenging. So it's more rewarding. Yeah, I guess I don't really have too many negatives about park. It's fun. It's always fun, pretty much. Yeah, you like to skate both, dude. Yeah. And you like to skate bowls and some people stick to certain things. They're like, I'm skating this ledge and that's it. Yeah. You ain't catching me doing shit. You're all terrain, dude. Yeah. For sure. Okay, so streets, positive is, just to reiterate what you said, is just you're picking the trick, you're picking the spot. It's probably not meant for it. There might be outside circumstances that are trying to prevent you from getting it. And you get fired up, dude. Dude, for sure. Like, remember that? Where were you? Parking garage? Yeah, where was that spot? You were just like, fuck it. They're like, we're calling the cops. And the people are just rolling up. And you're like, I don't care. We're just still going. Yeah, that was Orlando. That's what it was.
Timmy showed us, like, this handicap rail. It starts only off like knee high, but it goes like maybe 20 feet.
It's on a hill, so the hill's going down slightly in a parking garage, and the rail just kind of gets a little taller and carries you.
Yeah, and I walked in, like I saw the security guard was like working, and he's like, oh, like I tried it once. He's like, oh man, you can't really do that here. Like he wasn't like super aggressive, but he's just like, dude, you can't really do this here. And I'm like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Like I'll be done in 5 minutes. It's okay. Like
he's like,
then
that's not what I said.
Yeah, I was just like kind of playing it off like that. And then he came back again. He's like, man, I'm gonna have to like call the cops. Like. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. Just like go ahead. Like I'll be gone by the time they get here. Just like kept like telling
You're not
him
getting
that it's
mean
okay.
or nothing. You're just being honest.
Yeah. And then I think he might even came back like a third time. It's like, all right, like I'm really calling them now. Like they're on the way.
Damn, that was nice of him.
Yeah, and I was like,
a heads up.
All right, word. Like that's cool.
Is that awkward for you to do?
Nah, I'm cool with it.
You are?
Cause yeah.
You kind of like it?
Yeah, totally.
I can tell he's smiling. Dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a little confrontation.
Yeah.
Not that I was like aggressive or anything.
Yeah,
but
just being blunt and direct feels like good sometimes.
Fuck yeah.
And then I don't know if you land it and within that like 15-minute window, it's like feels like so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your adrenaline's going. You know the time is on. It's like under pressure.
Exactly.
Forces. It probably helps you try to stick or slam or whatever.
Yeah,
slam
for
or make.
real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Negative about street skating is just fucking dealing with people.
Yeah. Exactly.
You like it. It could be a positive, but it could be a negative too. Because I just like I've been in situations where people just come out crazy before they communicate to you. And you're like, dude, look, we're not criminals. We're not trying to be obnoxious and piss you off. We actually are working on something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a lot of times you're filming a part and it's like, this is what we're focused on. Like, I know it's trivial to you, but to us, this matters a lot right now. You know? And I hate when they're like, I'm always like, just fucking call the cops then.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't try to be the cops.
Yeah,
like, you're just working. Like, crazy. And then parks, I'd say my favorite is that you get to skate with a bunch of different people.
Yeah,
street skating
true.
all the time is fun, but it's the same. And then like you go to a park and you see all different people doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's a pro too.
Yeah,
and it's like you can do parks or winter time is huge for an indoor park, you know? That's my favorite. And then negative would be you have to, dude.
See, yeah, it's hard.
Well, I can think of some, but I don't want to. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, there's sometimes you have to deal with people that like, at a park. There's just people like all different types of people.
True.
So not everyone's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you don't get to choose who comes with you.
Yeah, some people are just assholes and suck. You know, the majority are awesome, but sometimes you have to deal with fucking assholes. Yeah. At the park, which is annoying. Yeah. Because really, I just like to go to the park to like skate and have fun and not like it's like you're going to like a park. You're not going to like I don't want to go fight at school. You know, like did that already. You know, it's just like exhausting when there's assholes. Pros and cons are people. Yeah, for both. Pretty much both sides. Street and park. The best and the worst. Nice. That was a good question, Jensen. I'm hyped you work at the Edge too, my G. His girlfriend showed up last night with their squad. Oh, nice. I was showing him something, and then he was just like, "Oh, I gotta go," and I was like, "What?" And he's hanging out with this chick at the park while I was working. All right, next question comes from the homie, the one and only Mason Ruffson says, Andy Anderson. You were just question mark. I'd rather watch him than the typical street league contest.
I can see that, I guess. I think Andy Anderson does a lot of cool stuff.
Pros and cons. Yeah. Today's episode might be pros and cons.
But the cons for me is...
Wait, let's do his pros first.
Well, I know he can skate like real like good terrain. Like I saw a picture of him smithing like a mellow like 25 stair.
Did he have a helmet on and elbow pads? Did he have wrist pads on?
Just helmet.
Any ankle pads?
No, I don't think so. And then he can rip tranny too, for the most part.
Yeah, he destroys tranny.
Yeah, I just don't like. I mean, I do a lot of like. Sometimes at OMF, I do like weird like circus tricks, but there's just a select few of the tricks he does that I'm just not really about. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't do it, but I'll still like say I don't like it. Please. But some of the
You're
quarter
entitled to
pipe
your
tricks, like lip slide and then like push it to nose grind to like another lip to Smith. Like I don't like the tic tacky like 4 combo tricks on the coping. It's like I rather see like a really long proper like Smith grind or you know, like a 5-0 grind to fakie or like a nose grind.
Yeah.
But he can do those things. Like in his Tampa Pro run, he did like just like casual, like sick frontside nose grind pop out in the quarter pipe. Like popped out so good. But then he went and did like a nose manual where he like curls his toe or does some weird shit, or like he did the primo slide. And that stuff I'm kind of just all set.
Yeah.
Like it's sick and it takes skill, but it's just not appealing to me.
It's fun to have a preference. Yeah. I'd like to see him do all that shit with no pads on.
Yeah, true.
Maybe I'm an asshole, or I think everyone should be padded up and safe, but I like aesthetics. Yeah. And like, to me, I don't care how different you are. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And I wait, so did you cover both his pros and cons before I rant?
Yeah, I guess. Pros is he can skate pretty much whatever. He skates tranny, and then and he seems like a really nice dude.
Have you met him?
No.
Just from like what you've seen online? Yeah.
But
he does seem cool. I met him briefly. I don't really know if he is. He could be a complete asshole, but he doesn't seem like he would be.
Yeah, I agree. And then the cons would just be kind of like the freestyle Rodney Mullen type tricks. No, Rodney, hate or whatever, but
fuck you, Rodney.
Just like
JK,
I don't know,
JK.
primo slides and then like tacky combos on the quarter pipe deck. Like that shit doesn't belong in the Vans Park series, dude. All those dudes are going so fast, like grinding, like blasting high, like
I didn't even really think about that.
Yeah, I don't want to see like
well, see, that's what I was kind of, we were talking about this before a little bit. I don't know how he came up. I'll get into it. But first, I'll say my pros about Andy is that he clearly loves skateboarding.
Yeah.
He's different, even though that's a pro and a con, sort of.
Yeah.
But he's different. Sort of reminds me of like a Mike V for some reason. He's not fighting anyone, but like, I don't know, something similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, he rips. He clearly loves skateboarding. Yeah. He's different. He's a breath of fresh air to some degree. It's kind of like maybe he's a rehash of some older stuff before my generation, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's better than fucking all the trap rapper skaters.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? I'd rather see Andy being like kind of weird out there doing some crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, he's doing him.
But so cons is that it also feels like it's like just being the opposite for the sake of being opposite.
Yeah, I could see
where it's like kind of contrived. It's like whatever. Maybe put more pads on him. But his skating, I think the skating is paramount.
Yeah.
His skating is amazing, and ultimately it's his life. But preference, what I like to see. I'd like to see him without the pads. I don't know. Even if he's just skating a flat bar or something, or whatever, without the helmet or whatever. Yeah. I know you're making a statement or something. I don't know what the statement is, but I was thinking that too when I was watching him skate the concrete in Florida, the big bowls and stuff. I'm like, he's like, he's got like, he's not even doing 540s and stuff, and he's rocking a helmet, you know? I think it's just like anti for the sake of being anti, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there like pad nurse nannies now. Yeah. It's like, dude, I get it. If you're a kid and you want to be safe, like develop, learn to bail, wear pads. That way you don't get hurt and like have some fatal injury. But like at some point when you have control and balance and you're aware, you can decide. You know, you can skate a box or a flat rail without a helmet on.
True, I agree.
Like, let's trust ourselves a little bit. You know, accidents do happen. I fall down fucking stairs sometimes. Just half time it's my own fault because I'm just tired or exhausted, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if those are pros and cons, but...
Overall.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
But I haven't really watched any of his street parts. Does he have them?
I think he has, like, one weird one.
Yeah.
But it was mostly, like, the freestyle type stuff. It was, like, kind of artsy, I think.
Yeah.
Like, more cinematographer type.
Do you think he thinks he's triggering a bunch of core skaters? Because he's doing all the, like, helmets and, like...
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, like, don't really hate on him for the most part.
No, they don't. Everyone seems stoked on him, which is cool, because I think it's rad that he exists in skateboarding, you know? There's no need to, like, completely tear him apart, but, like... I wonder if he thinks he's triggering a bunch of core skaters, or he's trying to.
Maybe.
I gotta meet him so you can see what type of dude he is.
Yeah, there's only so much you can, like, infer, I guess.
Yeah. He's interesting, though.
For sure.
And people seem to like him, especially like a lot of the older dudes, because He's back to I think he's doing like their generation of skating or something.
Yeah.
Like a rehash of it.
New twist.
I've always just loved street skaters, dude. Like raw street skaters, filming video parts, pushing themselves,
exactly,
trick selection on sick things. Like, I used to love when like Heath Kirchart. Like think about who's your favorite video part? If you had to think of someone who films a video part, is this
who always
tangent?
Puts together.
Yeah, like if you could think of someone who's known for the video parts that you really like. Or just footage in general.
I think I can't really maybe think of a specific person, but I feel like America always puts in like super hard work. Like it's always like a core skate video.
Yeah, Green is their new one, right?
Yeah. It's always just good music, like awesome skateboarding.
Personalities that are like clearly street skaters, and they all have a crew together, and it's like they carry on tradition in like the vein of America.
Totally.
Yeah.
Every time they drop something too, I feel like it's their best work.
Yeah.
You got like Stay Gold, Made 1, 2, Green, like all those are so good.
They do a good job.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'd rather see.
Yeah. Nothing
against Andy Anderson, but it's just like you can have an opinion and preferences.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone wants to call someone a hater we don't have to like each other. We don't have to all get along. We can respect each other, or we don't even have to, really, you know? Like, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But especially online. It's like everyone's so fucking sensitive these days, especially skateboarders. When I was growing up, skateboarders were like light years ahead because they were just forward thinking and like doing what they wanted and like pushing the boundaries. Not saying that they were like evil or fuck whatever, but they want to see where the line is. You know when you like learn a trick and you want to see where you're at, and then you want to go past that line a little bit. That was the mentality of skateboarding. It wasn't just like, hey, let's be sensitive and not critique each other and have everything's super nice. It's like skateboarding is so weird nowadays. I think because it's sorry to ramble here.
Nah, you're good.
It's because it's opened up to everybody. And everybody can see each other.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah, because we have the internet and everyone can broadcast and put stuff online. You can see young, old, mean, nice, whatever, you know? People are complex. You're not always one way, you know?
100%.
And the thing about hating and, like, talking shit is, like, it's a sport. As much as I hate sports, that's an ultimate sport, you know? There's points and fucking rebuttals, and there's a lot of humor in it. Same with fucking sports. You can make fun of it. Yeah, it's like... People are sensitive online nowadays, but everyone's an expert too, you know? I never really like to... I like to think I have a good idea of things, and I'm trying to get better, but I never think I have it fully figured out. You know what I mean? I try to keep that mentality. The worst is when you think you got it all figured out, because guess what? Reality's coming. You're still changing and growing, and you're never going to have it figured out, because... You're going to be 20, and then you're going to be 30. 30 is not the same as 20. You're going to learn new shit. You know what I mean?
Gotta grow.
Yeah, everyone's, like, so quick to, like, add judgment and think they're right, you know? Yeah. It's crazy. Side note. It's only online. And, like, the thing is, too, like, let's not take ourselves that fucking serious. It's your digital avatar. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, calm down. Calm down a little bit. Laugh a little bit. Don't think everyone's just out to get you. Don't think everything's an insult. Just take it for a grain of salt. And if someone did insult you, as long as it's not like continuous and abusive, like just block them. Don't hang out. Don't engage. Like it's just online, you know? Crazy. I know things go too far in all things, but we have to get used to managing fucking the online stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, did we cover that? I'd rather watch him than a typical Street League contest. That was the second part of that one for Andy Anderson. How do you feel about Street League? I wish my dog could control... I wish my lady could control my dogs, but no one can. I tried to when they walked in. I was just like... Rah, rah. I'm like, Elwood, dude, what is your problem? We have a trainer for them.
Really?
Yeah, we have my lady's friend, like, trains dogs. She comes and, like, we can get them to do all sorts of tricks. They can, like... and then just, like, barking, Elwood just doesn't care. He's like, no, this is my fucking... Like, this is the one thing I have.
Yeah, he knows...
You can't control him. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be an old, grumpy asshole dog, and you're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. That's Elwood's attitude.
Beast.
He's been on the podcast before. I'll have to bring him in so you can see him. Steeziest dog ever, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. He's a low rider.
Miniature long-haired dachshund. Yeah. Street League. Sorry.
Honestly, I kind of like don't hear much about it. Kind of forgot about it.
Yeah. How do you feel about sports and skateboarding?
It's like not the same thing for sure. You mean like
that's what's happening
yeah.
to some degree, is that there's like athletes that are like trying to like they're turning it into a sport.
Yeah.
They're gonna have leagues. They already do.
Yeah, I guess.
And they're going to be Olympians. Like, how do you feel about that side of skateboarding? Here's an even more honest question. If someone was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?"
Dude,
and you were good at it. Are you good at it? Would you want to win contests? Do you think you could win it?
No.
Like play by rules in the league and like I know you love street skating, but
yeah, I don't know. Everyone wants to say that they wouldn't. Oh, I'd never be in the Olympics. But like, if you were like that good on a skateboard and you got offered the travel and the money,
not even that good, but it was something you enjoyed.
Oh, no,
no, because I'm saying like, it could be you're super good. But you don't enjoy doing competitions.
Yeah.
So, because I think there's a lot of dudes that are in the contest that are good, but they're actually in there because they enjoy it, so they try real hard at it. Like, I'm pretty good on a skateboard, but not really in those circumstances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't prefer it, but some people do.
I feel like maybe it would be fun to do every once in a while, just to, like, challenge yourself in a setting where,
if
like...
Arby's came to you tomorrow... We'll pick Arby's because they're not even around here, and that's funny. And they were like, dude, we'll put you in every pro contest, but you have to train.
Yeah, no.
You have to train. You're going to have to cut back on your street skating and filming.
Because
if you get hurt, all our Arby's money is out the door.
Yeah,
But they're going to pay you, and you're going to live off of that. But you're going to have training schedules. There's going to be coaches.
Oh, sounds terrible.
No?
No, yeah. Because then you can only do that. Like if you're getting all
that's
that
an extreme. I don't know. I don't actually know how much those dudes actually get a straight.
But you're to an extent you're
point,
right because like they're traveling and they have contests.
You're their investment. Yeah, especially if it's some big company like that, and they're like, you can't get hurt doing that.
Yeah, if you got like a big contest in 2 weeks, you probably shouldn't be jumping down like 15s or killing yourself.
You say
in the
2 weeks out. 2 weeks out, you should chill.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Nice. How old are you?
22.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was like 6 months. Yeah, cool it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess.
Do you think it'll end up like that? Or am I just being like hyperbolic?
Nah, I don't think so.
Do you think they'll have schools where it's like football teams but skateboard teams? Because you know how schools do that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get that far.
Collegiate, it'll be in college.
I feel like they actually do have that. Like
you could take like a course, right?
Really?
But you just like skate a park basically and get
credits.
I
think there's like skate clubs out in California, and sometimes they like do weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll get that far. I think if anything, there'll be like after school program where like they have a skateboarder come and teach skating, or I know there's like PE classes somewhere in America where sometimes they bring in skateboarding and like small ramps, but I don't think they would have like a school team.
Yeah. It's weird, man.
Because think of all the kids that like, I don't know, if it was a school team, it would be like middle school and high school kids. I don't think like kids that choose skateboarding would be down for that structure.
Yeah.
They'd just be like, let's go to the park and like skate and smoke weed or something.
Not at 12, maybe at 12.
Yeah,
nowadays I feel
at like 14, 15.
When I was young, it was like 8.
Yeah.
People were like feral animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, who fucking knows? I will say this, though. It would bum me out if that was like what skating became.
Oh, totally.
And the only way that happens is if we don't do what we do.
Yeah.
If we don't go out and film street parts, if we don't go out and like create pro models and do skate trips, and like we don't record the podcast and we don't make YouTube channels together, and we like if we don't do all the opposite shit of that, then it would only become that.
Yeah.
But that's why it pisses me off. I don't know how we got on this. I think it's because I'm thinking about World Industries and Niger shit.
Nah, someone asked the Street League thing.
Yeah. I don't know why it pissed me off what I was going to say.
Doing the opposite of all that stuff.
Yeah, it just pisses me off because I'm like, it's like there are people that are into it. Like there's in any population of people, there's going to be jocks, you know?
Yeah.
And they're going to exist, and they should have their lane, and I'm happy they do have it.
Mm-hmm.
But if their big justification is that it's like they're getting money and shit, and that's like, it's like I don't care how big your kingdom is if I have to follow like a bunch of rules that I don't want to. It's like a prison. It's like hell to me. Like I tried to avoid getting jobs that I don't care how much they pay me if it just seems like I wouldn't want to do it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And to me, idea. And it's easy for me to say I'm 37. I'm not entering any of these fucking contests. Yeah. And I tried to enter contests when I was younger and I did all right, but it's just not in my blood. Like, I can't take skating and fit it into that fucking box. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because skating has never been, like, a sport, you know? Yeah. Not to say that it couldn't be for someone else. Yeah. But that can't be the dominant fucking thing that people talk about just because those dudes might be getting paid or on some fucking Wheaties box. Yeah. Like, that's corny to me. You know what I mean? Skating is much more art and entertainment and escape to me than it is a sport, you know? Yeah. I'm happy they got their lane, but like don't even compare the two. Yeah, I guess because it's laughable to me. I don't care what you could tell me to try to be like, ooh, you know, like make fun of dirty street skating pros. I don't give a fuck. They're my favorite, you know, like.
Yeah, I think like our lane will always be more superior just because that's what more people are into. Yeah. Just like true skateboarding.
More people just skate to skate, you know? They're not trying to beat you. They're not trying to add up points. Yeah. Like, they're not trying to get some corporate sponsor. Yeah. Like, people are building their own identities and their own lives and figuring out how to keep work and create a job they love or create, like, a community. Like, most people are just trying to get by, you know? Like, and work hard at it and figure it out, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what pisses me off, though, because it's always like somehow they reflect badly on us, and it's like, to me, it's the opposite. I'm like, they make us look better. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like to me, loss. Yeah, like I don't care about any of that mess. I'll watch it because it's entertaining, and I want those dudes to kill it too, you know? Yeah. Like, they're good at it. Like, going to Tampa Pro and watching all those people that were actually into it and competing, it's unbelievable what they can do athletically and by points, and like, it's fun to talk about, you know? Yeah. But like, that can't be the only side of skateboarding.
Yeah, nah.
I don't care who you are. Skateboarding's bigger than you.
True, it doesn't know you shit.
Yeah. I don't care how much you're built up and how much some corporate company pays to put your name in lights. I could give two shits. Yeah. Especially if you're a dick. Yeah. Not saying that everyone is, but there are those people. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about your clout either. Yeah. Skateboarding's like bigger than any of us.
So true.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah, millennial talk here, boys. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you are, I think.
What's the cutoff? Should we look it up?
We're me, Kevin, and Billy, and Sam, we're all like Gen Z, I think.
I want to look up you fuckers so I can see what I'm dealing with here.
Yeah, we're Gen Z.
What type of fucking people I'm dealing? Are you Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm Gen Z. I think everyone is except you.
Or damn it, dude. How dare you, bro?
Goonin's probably a millennial, too.
I think I'm like the cutoff.
Yeah.
I was born like 82.
Yeah, you're on the cusp.
Fuck you, bro. Yeah. Fuck you, bro. I'm going to send you to every pro contest.
It's a punishment.
You want to do 10 pro? I think you should.
It would be fun.
I feel like you'd do good.
You think so?
Yeah, you
I do. I mean,
I know you love street skating, but like you handle some pressure and structure pretty well.
Yeah. Because usually in contests, I like don't flip my board. I just do like ramps and like a few rails. Yeah. Things where like I can just muscle the trick, you know, even if I'm tired, there's not a lot of precision to it. So I think I could like land tricks for sure.
And that's half the game right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I have like too much ADD in a contest run. Yeah. I know I'm supposed to keep it together and do the same run and like have it all mapped out, but like in my heart, I just want to like bounce all around randomly and hit shit.
Yeah, I'd be willing to try, even just because.
Right. Maybe next year. We'll figure it out.
And it would be fun just to hang out.
It's just a cool experience.
Exactly, yeah. Probably more fun than Tampa Am because everyone's like hungry as fuck.
It's more controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa Am is chaos. Yeah. And the pro is more professional.
Yeah. You know? Everyone knows how to act, I guess.
Yeah, on the Am, you're going to have dudes that are just like, they're jumping on each other's back trying to get that last trick in, you know? Or you're like,
no.
It's a whole different thing. Yeah. People get hurt at the Am a lot.
Oh, my God. That'd
like,
be the worst.
Yeah. Billy and Goonin both got hurt at the Am.
Really? Yeah. Both knees, right?
Yeah. But it's because it's just chaotic. It's like slippery, sweaty, and dudes are just piling on top of each other. And it's like, and the hardest tricks ever. And it's like, and the pros more like people are trying to skate good controlled, but everyone's taking turns.
Have a
There's
good
some
time.
snaking.
Yeah.
This year there was some chaos because of like the anti-hero Grimple Sticks dudes were just causing chaos.
I would love that.
Like I was saying, it felt like a high school competition. It was like the jocks versus the fucking outcasts. It's so funny, dude. I fucking love skateboarding. As much as we can complain about it, it's the best thing ever, right? So Gen Z, this is what you guys are. Is the demographic cohort succeeding the millennials?
Yeah.
You're succeeding us. And precedenting the Generation Alpha. Researchers in popular media use the mid-90s as starting birth years and the early 2010s as end of birth years. Members of Gen Z have used digital technology since a young age and are comfortable with the internet and social media, but are not necessarily digitally literate.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know how to leave the phone.
Yeah, no. If you're born in the 90s, then you definitely aren't illiterate on the internet because you've been using it for so long. And the only way you'd be illiterate is if you were still like fucking 12 right now and using the phone. I don't know. You just learn how to be responsible as you grow up with like your social media, I guess.
Let's see what the millennials are. I feel like we've done this before.
We did it in Florida because the whole boomer busting you about being a boomer.
Yeah, but I'm not a boomer.
Yeah,
dude.
you are.
You guys are all wrong. Millennial. Let's do Wikipedia. I don't feel like I'm any of these. I'm a little bit of everything, maybe. Everything, man.
Little millennial boomer action.
Here we go. Following Generation X and preceding Generation Z, researchers in probably 1980s as starting birth years and mid-90s to early 2000s as ending birth years, with 81 to 96 a widely accepted defining range for the generation. Millennials are sometimes referred to as echo boomers. Oh,
echo boomer.
You guys weren't that far off.
Yeah.
Due to the major surge in birth rates in the 1980s and 1990s, and because the millennials are often the children of baby boomers, this generation is generally marked by their coming of age in the information age, and they are comfortable in their usage of digital technology and social media. Millennials are often the parents of Generation Alpha. And we have big cocks. That's Wikipedia says.
Fucking hogs.
Huge hogs. So, said you guys had teeny weenies.
Yeah.
It's so weird they group people off by when they were born and shit.
Yeah.
Someone's doing that, like figuring out what people's like characteristics are from certain generations, our history and shit. Trips me out. You ever been down a Wikipedia hole where you just like, oh, dude, just like when you come across a thing or a word or something that you want to figure out what it is and just read all about it, and then you'll get down and there'll be another link where you can click into that because it'll pique your interest and it'll be along the same subject. And then you just get deeper and deeper and you're like, this is how I became a savage. You're like, I found out my lineage.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some of these questions because there's a lot and I just keep getting sidetracked because I had too much coffee.
Yeah.
Rogan Kennedy's response.
Yes.
Most legendary trick at OMF, I think it is
I saw
Jaren's.
Jaren. Yeah.
Jaren's.
I saw him.
Jaren's kickflip Indy across the mini quarter pipes. Explain. I know nothing.
All right, so all the prefab parks in New England have like the mini quarter pipes on both sides, and then like the pretty wide flat. You know.
You're talking about the fly box with the rails that go down it and stuff. Yeah, they have tranny on the sides. It's pretty wide pyramid. Like
exactly. So this kid Jaren, who's like an OMF OG, he was probably skating before I started skating type thing. He's probably like mid to late 20s, but he kickflip bendied from QP to QP.
Wow, that's so gnarly.
Yeah, it's maybe like as long as the room, like this way, maybe a little less long.
It's like 12 feet.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember people ollieing that shit back in the day and being like ollie grabs and being like, how, you know?
Yeah, he kickflip bendied that.
Holy shit.
And that's definitely... I love Jaren, and he did so many fucked up tricks, but there's a few other ones that I would put at the top of the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Throw out a couple more, because that one's pretty insane.
On the prefab mini before the bowl, obviously, you probably remember it. So sketchy.
It was.
This dude, Luke Hearn, who's like also the same age and generation. He might be a bit younger, but he did half cab blunt, full cab flip.
Wow, wait, hold on. Half cab to blunt to full cab flip it, like to fakie?
Yeah.
Holy.
All the way around.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
And I could show it to you, but the only reason it fucked because like the coping on those mini ramps are like, it's so mellow and like small.
Yeah.
So like to me, like it actually is really good for blunts, but at the same time,
To
like
somehow get a full cab pop out.
yeah, to somehow get a full cab flip pop out. And then there's that, and he also did, this one's kind of more like circus trick, but like I love fucking weird tricks on the spine. He did.
You killed that spine, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, Luke's the kid that like did all like the similar, like I kind of like got the back threes because he used to do them all the time.
Hell
Like
yeah.
the big hometown hero trick was him like back threeing over the spine.
Hell yeah.
So that's, I learned
Someone's
got
gotta do it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did body varial and then late kickflip with like his right foot. He's regular.
Transfer over?
Yeah,
Wow.
like body varial, late foot kickflip, and landed switch.
Wait, so he launched off the face of the quarter pipe, off the coping, then he did a body varial, and
Yep.
then late flipped it,
Yep.
and landed in the training?
Yeah, over the spine.
Oh.
So sick.
Where's that one?
It's on YouTube.
Okay. Will you
Yeah.
show me after or something?
Yeah, I'll show you after.
Or do you know the name of it?
Oh, I know the name of it.
All right, what is it? I'll pull it up
Luke
now.
Hearn Park Edit.
All right.
And
Is
his
it?
last name
It's
is
the ender.
Yeah, it's the ender.
How do you? Luke.
Luke and then HEARNE. Yeah,
And then what do I put?
just Park Edit. My friend Porker.
Is it on the
McGee.
OMF page?
Nah, my friend Reese. His YouTube name's Porker McGee.
I found it.
Yeah, he filmed
Yo,
like,
shout out to
my
that.
first skate edit.
Shout out to that fucking YouTube name.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Hold on. Let me turn it down. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
People online can't see this.
Yeah,
Damn,
this-
he started with Benny Hanna over this.
Yeah,
one.
this is like the back three I was talking about. He like signatured that.
Oh, that's Melon to Flatty.
Yeah, here it is, I think. Oh, no. Almost there.
Dude, you guys have done everything over that spine.
Yeah, it's so funny. Here it is.
Do we show the audience after?
What?
Yeah, we'll show them.
Yeah, it looks so like good. It didn't look like kooky or anything.
You guys are going to have to let me know in the YouTube comments or on iTunes store if you actually can see this video. But I'll hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, put the brightness way up too. Hopefully it comes through. It should.
We'll see.
It's that wide angle.
It's coming right here after this. What? Dude, he did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's
He
so
did that
crazy.
so good.
Rogan's also switch flipped the spine,
How?
which is like so
Just straight tranny to tranny?
just straight tranny to tranny. He may be like, it's not like he landed at the top of the tranny, but like by no means was it to flat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I
still-
can't like
that's
pick
insane.
one trick, Rogan, but just Luke and Jaron come to mind. And I
Yeah.
guess like Rogan and Sean, everyone's done like, everyone just skates a little different. So they have their own like best trick at OMF, you know what I
Hammer.
mean? Yeah.
No, that makes sense. You guys
Yeah.
all just shred that place. So
Yeah.
it's like everyone takes a little piece of it.
Exactly.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm hyped that that place exists and that we met through there. and,
Yeah,
like,
me
it's
too.
cool, man.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone I've met through that park has been super epic
Hell
in
yeah.
some way or another. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along. Trent Hazelwood says, "Why is Evan so gnarly?" I'll answer this one. No pressure. I'll answer this one. It's because he eats his Wheaties.
Yep. Every morning.
I have a feeling Evan's gnarly because he gets a little high from it.
Definitely.
You get a little thrill and you get
100%.
gnarly.
Yeah.
You have a little like Mike Tyson in you.
Yeah.
You want to go for the kill shot.
Yeah. For sure.
You like getting aggressive sometimes.
Totally.
With skating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So I'm not too far off.
No.
He's got. I'll say he's so gnarly because he has a little bit of piss and vinegar in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of piss and some vinegar.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, moving along.
Yeah.
Or do you want to stay on that one?
Nah, that's cool.
Jacob Cody Hammond says, "What made you start skating?" You
Fuck.
take this one away.
I think I like played Tony Hawk Underground when I was really young,
Video games is what you're
Yeah.
saying? Wow.
and then like thought it was cool. And I don't know if like I made this story up in my head, but this is what I always say. Saw the video game, then I just saw someone like skating on the sidewalk, like in my town, and then my stepdad, like I was just like, hey, I want to like get a board.
That's rad.
So I think I saw the video game and then saw like people actually did it.
Yeah.
And then I like wanted to try. So I got like a mongoose from Benny's
Nice.
and just started like fucking around.
I'm gonna add on to the question. What made you wanna keep skating? So that's got you into it, but what like actually turned you on where you're like, I can't not do this?
I think because it was like kind of hard. Like it took so long for me to like learn how to do a good ollie.
Yeah.
I just like wanted to figure it out and just like get that sense of like beating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember me and my homie watched like, I don't know, I remember one morning, my friend Noah Goriello and he's like who I grew up skating with, like
Shout
in
out.
the driveway.
Choo!
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
My G.
We like, I don't know, I remember the ollie for me just clicking one morning before school when we had like a delay or something.
Yeah.
I just like did it and it like felt different that morning. I felt like it was like coming off the ground and I was kind of leveling it out. And just like that feeling of like figuring that out, like I just wanted to keep like doing that, you know?
Yeah. It's intoxicating.
Yeah.
I think it's like control. It's
Yeah.
like when you get a certain level of control.
Yeah.
Because you can't imagine having that type of control to
Mhm.
where you could like manipulate it and do something.
Exactly.
And it's hard to get that in life because like
Mhm.
we don't have a lot of things under control.
Yeah,
You just
no.
got to roll with the punches a lot.
Yeah.
Your time, your schedule and stuff. And
Mhm.
then like to be able to take a little bit of that control back with your skateboard is like a good
Yeah.
feeling.
Like I
It's
can
rewarding.
go here and I can make this trick happen. Like I
Yeah.
can make something, like I can make this moment like become a thing like I have control over.
And like you've worked at that ollie, like you've like worked really hard on that ollie and you could picture it, and then to like actually get it to look like what you want it to be like,
Yeah,
it's like a rad
so
fucking
fun.
feeling. You're like,
Hell
whoa,
yeah.
like you polish that turd until it looks that way. You know?
Totally.
It's like pays off in some
Yeah.
aspect, you know?
100%.
And that's nice to have that every time you have a session.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't happen every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go and you just bang your fucking shin.
Yeah,
sit down,
right.
Bitch a lot.
Yeah.
Complain about shit. Fucking bullshit. Nice.
Hell yeah.
What made you start skating?
Kind of all that.
Yeah. Trying to think for me. What made me start skating was if someone introduced it to me. So I was just like, hell yeah, give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
And then what made me keep skating was the kind of the control thing, but just the fact that like I could see what was possible, and then you could take it and do it in your own interpretation.
Yeah.
What made me want to keep doing it was that there wasn't too many rules.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you could see what was possible, and then you could add to it with your own way or your own style, or you could figure it out on your own. You didn't have to copy someone. There wasn't like a bunch of rules. It was just like you could figure. Even your friends could help you too along the way, but you just start to figure out how to balance.
Yeah.
And then once you get your balance, you can start to sharpen that up, and you can build a good foundation, and then things start connecting, and then you get a little more control, and you get more style as you go, and that's like you just start to be like, whoa, I'm building something, you know?
Mm.
And it's just through play, you know?
Totally.
And it's like that made me want to keep skating was the capability, recognizing that that's possible was something. Only way I could recognize that was it like there wasn't too many fucking rules, too much control. It was just like, hey, here's this is what people are doing with it. You can do something with it. You know, it wasn't like I had to do anything, or there wasn't too much control. It was just like, figure it out, do whatever you want with it. You can control it. It doesn't have to. It's not forced on you.
Yeah, no.
For me, I mean, I'm
like
sure
that.
everyone's story is different, you know?
Yeah.
I love that about skating, though.
Yeah.
I love when I see little kids come to the skate park, and I can see where they get their balance,
Yeah.
and then they don't really need someone, and they're just
Yeah.
coming to the park, and you see them just working on shit and trying to figure
it's
it
so
out, and they
sick.
like start to form a style, and they like get comfortable, and it's like you see them in control. It's like
Yeah.
it's
That
amazing
seed
to
is
see that.
sprouting.
Yeah, it's like they figured out something awesome, and now they're working on it.
Totally.
Yeah, it's awesome. Amstein skater 911.
Yeah, is that
What up, Anders?
Yeah, Anders.
Young Anders.
You.
How did you get
ripping.
the name All I Need? All I Need came from just living my life. I was like living my life. Crazy shit happened in my life. Lost my father at 12, 13. Mom had drug abuse problem pretty much till she passed. Drifted around a lot. I was vulnerable a lot as a kid, so like stayed with a lot of friends, stayed on their, like I stayed with my homie Ryan and Eric Toole's family, and they helped me graduate. His mom was just super cool to me, and like stayed in like just like government housing, just like food stamps, shit like that. And like always felt vulnerable. Didn't really have a comfort home spot, nothing like that. And then I found skating, and it was kind of what I was describing before. It was like everything's out of control, shit's chaos. So I kind of wanted to have. I just found skating. I was like, oh, this is something I can work on and get away from all this. You know, everything else in my life was just like all the adults. A lot of adults were falling apart. People were fighting with each other. There's bad news, the bottom falling out, a lot of scary, like just uncertain fucking shit, and just being young and having to deal with that. And then finding skating, it was like just something that was consistent, that was there, that I could apply and I could work at. It just was always there. Yeah. It was just piece of wood wheels. People were always down to roll. It wasn't that negative. It was just like, so it was like something I could hang on to. And I was like, this is what I need right now. Like, I don't need all the bullshit. I don't care about any of this other shit. Like, this is all going to pass in time. Like, hopefully. And then I just like kept skating and hyper focused on that because it was just yielding positive things. Literally, I'd go to the park, learn 10 tricks, meet someone new. Have fun. Hell yeah. Have a good session. Yeah. That was way better than going home and like seeing people fight and fucking just sketchiness, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, so I was like, skating has been a need for me because it's I need to get away from this. I need to like focus on something else. And I got sponsored by a bunch of brands, so I was riding for World. I rode for Birdhouse, New York, World. Got paid to skate. Traveled the world, did a bunch of awesome shit. Then it got to the point where like I was like working hard to get a pro model board. I was one of those people that like I worked hard at it. Yeah. I got hate for that, for trying hard.
It's fucking.
But whatever, it's fine. Yeah. People have their entitled. They have they're entitled to their opinion. But for me, it was a goal. I wanted to like actually be a pro skateboarder. Yeah. I thought it was sick to like have artwork made and have my name on a board. I felt like it was a privilege, and I still do. Like I was like, that's something I want to earn and be stoked on. You know what I mean? And then it just got to the point when I was riding for Zoo where they're just like said I was going to get a board. They even said it in print. Then it didn't happen. So I was just kind of let down. I was like, damn, dude, because I've been busting my ass, like skating so hard. I was having so much fun and doing shit I didn't even think I could do, and like magazines, videos, like all that stuff. I was like, I can't believe I'm living my dream, and it was so sick, you know. But the icing on the cake was like getting that board is like a good feeling. It's like, yo, these people, we've all been working together. It takes a bunch of people to run a brand, and we all have gotten to do awesome traveling, and like we're all living our dreams. And it's just like that little extra thing where you're like, yeah, you deserve this board. We've been working hard. Just didn't happen. Yeah. No one's fault. Just is what it is. Opportunity comes and goes. Sometimes it's not there. So then it didn't happen. So then I was kind of bummed out. But then World hit me up and they're like, yeah, we want to turn you pro and all that stuff. So then I was like, fuck yeah. Pro board, pro shoes with World. Felt good. Bunch of rad people at World Industries. Shout out Charlie Thomas, RP Bess, the whole skate team at the time. We did a lot of awesome shit. I had multiple pro model boards and shoes. And then recession hit. And then I was like, you know what? Like, this can't just end because, like, there's no money or something. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, let's just keep going. And then that's like, I just started All I Need is, like, T-shirts. I was like, we'll just figure out a way to do it ourselves so we don't have to rely on anyone, you know? Like, especially if they don't skate, you know? Like, I'd rather rely on skateboarders for a skateboard brand, you know? So, like, then I just started growing All I Need. And the name just came from that. It was like the whole story, my whole life story was just like skating kind of helped me get through all this shit. And I just came to the thing was like, I'm going to focus on my needs. And my needs are modest. Yeah. It's like skateboarding, family, friends. You know what I mean? If you build a good foundation off your basic needs, you can build skyscrapers. You can go as high as you want. But if you cover your basic needs and you work real hard, and you can do amazing things. And if we all do that, we can carry each other together, you know, and create things and do awesome shit. So that's like just my life. Everything came together, and that's what my realization was like, yeah, let's focus on our needs and build off of them. Yeah. And the recession seemed like a perfect time to do that. Yeah, for sure. Because it was like, there's no more, we're not going any further down from what I can tell, so let's go up, you know?
So sick.
Yeah,
it's
man.
perfect timing. Thank God.
Yeah, dude. We've been doing it for like,
Dude.
it's been going for like a long time now. It's like since the recession, you know what I mean? And we've done so much cool shit, right?
Like, imagine if you didn't decide to do it. Like,
I know,
we wouldn't be here.
And I had those thoughts.
Yeah.
I had those thoughts of like, dude, this is going to be a lot of work. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm probably going to make a fool of myself trying to figure this out. Like, I have to be vulnerable again and like try to figure out and can't pretend like I know what I'm doing. I just got to figure it out. And like, you make mistakes when you're doing that. It's like learning a trick, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in business. It's like you have no idea, you know?
Yeah.
Good thing in business is whether it's skate business or any business, it's like the longer you stay in it, the more you figure it out. Just like a trick. It's like the more you balance on the board, the more you ride it, the more you're in the moment and you learn to surf it and you get control and you can have some style when you're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So like with the skate company, it's just like trial and error. Try not to keep making mistakes. And then over the years, you get better and better. You start figuring out how to do it, what will work more efficiently, what type of people you need involved. Like, it just is a lot of other stuff besides skating, you know? Yeah. So I did want to talk myself out. Sometimes you want to self-sabotage yourself, too, because, like, not like as I get older, I'm 37 now, so, like, I don't have that piss and vinegar as much as you. I do, but, like, I don't, like, there's diminishing returns when you get to a certain age. Like, 37, I just don't, like... I've already got super gnarly. And like, if I do now, it's like I'm kind of hurting what I'm doing instead of like helping.
Yeah.
Whereas at like 27, it was like, dude, get gnarly.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. You need to do this, you know? But I did that.
Yeah.
So like now I like taking the approach of like brand building and trying to help you guys and figure out ways to do cool shit. You
you're
know,
taking
like,
risks in a different way. It's just like
for sure, financially.
But no, it's all working out and like it's going smoothly. So
well, I just imagine it's the same as like business is the same as skating. If you don't give up on it, you're gonna figure out a way to do it
totally
in a way that it doesn't feel like complete work.
Yeah,
where it's fun, but you still work at it.
Yeah, still persistent. And all that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. So much coffee today. It's fucked up.
I know that. As soon as we walked in there, I was like, that smells like real coffee, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a
strong smell.
It's a cafe's called A Unlikely Story.
Yeah.
And it's the author that wrote Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that.
Yeah. They own a coffee shop down the road and coffee shop / bookstore.
Yeah.
That's where me and Evan had lunch.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick in there too, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. What was the initial question? Do you remember? I'll go do it. How did you get the name for All I Need?
You pretty much
covered it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
For sure. I know how easy it is for you to dive right back in, so I was like, you did it, man.
Yeah. That's kind of a scary name too. Like, I like it though because it's open-ended enough for everybody.
Yeah,
it's like everyone has their own needs.
Yeah,
and you can figure it out. You know, that's been something I've battled with too. Is just trying to like figure out what my needs are and stick to them and like just focus on that. You know.
Yeah.
Figure it out. All right, moving on. Josh LaCourse says, if you could only choose one type of obstacle to skate for the rest of your life,
I saw this one.
Bowl, stairs, ledges, rails, curbs, or flat, what would you both choose? So one obstacle?
I guess, I'd have to... I love street skating, but if I had to choose, I'd just choose a bowl, probably. Yeah, that sucks, though. You can never grind a rail ever again. I don't know.
You could grind coping.
True. Yeah. That one's tough.
I would say bowl, stair, ledges, rails, curbs, or flat. I'd say flat.
Flat, yeah.
If it's the only thing I can ever skate.
That's a good point. Yeah, because then you can skate flat ground anywhere, ever, whenever, however.
No, maybe not, though. Now I'm thinking tranny, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because like, you can do that forever.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
And you can do like have more fun with less tricks, I guess, just by like surfing it. That's gnarly though. That's tough.
I hope that day never comes. You can only do one thing. You're like, oh, I'm stuck. All right. R3 Creative's response. He writes, I'm sorry, R3 Creative writes, who has the worst music playlists on your team?
I saw that. I don't really think anyone.
No, you got to pick someone.
I got to pick someone?
I'll pick someone too. We have to be assholes.
True.
You got to just throw someone under the bus.
Well, Billy has good stuff. It's not Billy.
I was going to say that too. I feel like Billy's got good music taste.
You like a lot of the hip-hop and rap I like, so I can't choose you.
Hell yeah. What's Kevin into?
Kevin?
Puddle of Mud. Puddle of Mud, dude.
Yeah.
Is that a real band?
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Do you want to...
Sammy and Kevin like a lot of alternative
Yeah.
stuff, and like they like a lot of good songs. Like they've chosen their songs for video parts and the full lengths they've made, and I like some of them. But if I had to like only have access to like anyone's music on the team, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Sammy or Kevin's. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
I wouldn't want your playlist, dude. There's some songs I know, like that Sam and I both like. Like there's this one song called "Spinning Away," which is good.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know, probably like Sam and Kevin, guys. Like,
Shots
I
fired.
think you guys like
Dude.
alternative.
Dude, what are
Like
you
Kevin's
doing?
song in "Good Eye" was really sick. I think
Yeah.
it was a Smashing Pumpkins ones. Like there's some I can get down with. Like that, his song "Good Eye" is really cool. I liked it.
But
like
you've heard
all
him
the
play
time,
some.
all the time. I don't know.
Dude, R3 Creative's trying to divide the team
Yeah.
through these internet questions, boys. All right, I'm going to say Goonan because all he listens to is Dave Matthews Band.
Oh really?
No, I just made it up. But
Oh,
no one
nice.
knows anything about Goonan.
Yeah,
so it's
no.
like,
I was
he's
thinking
my
about
scapegoat.
him. Yeah. He's sleeping in the
He
other
just
room.
listens
doesn't
to
even know
music
what's
you could
happening.
cry to. That's all Goonan listens to. And
Yeah.
you'll never know if I'm telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
He's just, actually, Goonan's just super into Britney Spears.
Yeah.
He has the worst taste.
We've seen it.
You'll never know. Here's a dead serious question. This one's going to knock your ass.
Oh god.
Knock you in the ass. It's Zebra asks, would ants trip if they ate acid?
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I don't know.
Oh, wait, did it say if they ate ant acid?
Yeah.
Yeah, would ants trip if they ate ant acid?
Maybe. I don't think ants are like conscious enough to. I know. Maybe they'd start doing some weird shit though. Who knows?
Death spirals? You ever
Yeah.
seen those?
Is that the things they make in the ground?
No, there's like a video online where it's like these ants and occasionally they get stuck in a spiral.
Yeah.
So they just start marching into a spiral.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that would happen.
Dude.
Because at first, like when they made LSD, like people would like kill themselves and like jump out of windows and shit.
Yeah.
Because like some people, you know, doesn't go with, or they didn't really make it that good yet.
It's probably the same as like skating.
Yeah.
All different types of people do drugs, and some people are already fucking out of their minds, and they do like acid, and then they go further out of their minds.
Yeah, exactly.
And they try to fly before they learn to walk.
Yeah.
Like birds
So-
take off from the ground. That whole thing.
Yeah.
They don't just go up to the edge and jump.
So I don't know if like they'd trip, but I could see them like getting in their little colony and maybe like getting stuck in a loop, or
I like that you took that question very serious.
I mean,
You kind of got to.
he took the time to ask, I guess.
Facts. Yeah, here. I'll show you. Oh, there's a ad. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I think ants are tripping all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, like their whole thing is a trip.
Yeah.
Army ants trapped in death
my
spiral.
God. Looks
These
like a
ants are
hurricane
trapped in
eye.
a deadly game of follow the leader. It does look like a hurricane. Army ants start circling around and around until eventually
dead
dropping
from
exhaustion.
Oh my god.
Dropping dead from exhaustion. In an unsettling phenomenon
sucks.
called ant mills or an ant death spiral.
All animals are tripping because they don't have consciousness. They're kind of just like there. Dogs like are a little different. Like I feel like animals aren't conscious. It's like all instinctual. And
They're
like,
not as self-aware, maybe.
Yeah, they're not. They
don't have the level of complexity that humans
I
have.
don't think they really have thoughts or anything.
Yeah.
So they're in a state of like half consciousness, which is kind of like tripping, I guess.
Gift and
Not really.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. because you're at the mercy of humans, because humans can manipulate their environment way more.
Yeah.
Or at least, like, we've definitely conquered the planet to some degree. You know?
Yeah.
Humans have changed the whole landscape and built cities and everything everywhere, and, like, we can fuck up the ozone and, like... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're really complex on many levels.
Yeah.
Animals seem to just be, like, living their life.
Yeah.
Do you think they're insecure?
No.
They're just like, should I wear this shirt today? They're like, no. You look like a fucking dork. That's why, isn't it when you, like, what is the saying when you put human characteristics on animals? Anthropomorphized. What is it?
I've never heard.
Fuck, I don't know how to say it. It sounds so stupid.
Anamorphism?
Yeah, something like that.
I just, like, said that word, hoping that's... I don't even know if that's the real thing.
Here. Let me look it up.
Word.
Human... What's the term? Yeah. I had too much coffee and smoked a little weed today, so my brain's, like, a little foggy. And I was skating all yesterday, so I'm, like, tired.
At the edge?
Anthropomorphized. Oh my god, I said it so bad.
Kind of close, but not really.
I'm not pronouncing it correct. Is a literal device that can be defined as a technique in which a writer ascribes human traits, ambitions, emotions, or entire behaviors to animals, non-human beings, natural phenomena. So you give, like, human characteristics to animals. I just can't say it because
it's got to be done for movies and books.
Given human characteristics to animals, inanimate objects, or natural phenomena is a human trait called to... Yep. That's what they do in all the Disney movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's, like, what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Did trip on antacid. You're so funny, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel Turnbull says, what does it feel like to rep Rhode Island as a pro skater?
I've always loved, like, there he is. He's up.
Goonan's awake. Yeah, Goonan.
I've always loved repping Rhode Island and, like, even then just my small area in southern Rhode Island. So just to have the board and everything just, like, makes me that much more hyped. So, like, it's, like, even more motivation to, like, keep repping, like, where I'm from. And
yeah, fuck yeah.
It's just sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rhode Island's a small state.
Yeah. Yeah, big small. Dummy small, bro.
Nice.
Gen Z talk.
Thomas Skate 14 says, hardest trick you've ever done?
Oof. Every time I, like, post one of those, like, tech flat bar tricks, I feel like that's the hardest trick I've ever done every time.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of one, maybe.
You do like to skate the round bars at OMF. You destroy those things.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Because we never had one. So, like, then, like, when we got it, like, a year and a half, 2 years ago, it was like, so this is March. It's going to be, like, 2 years ago, like, around this time.
Yeah.
So I just got to learn so many things. Man. I don't even know, dude. It's fucked.
It's such a hard thing to gauge.
Yeah.
Because, like, sometimes during certain days, certain things are hard.
Yeah.
You know, like certain sessions are like, and it might not even be the hardest thing, but just because you landed it and it was super hard that day, it's like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. So,
yeah.
What's the most tech thing you've ever done?
Tech. I've done a lot of, like, tech tricks on, like, quarter pipe, like mellow quarter pipes and stuff. And
Some
then,
Dave
like,
Paczynski stuff?
Yeah, like that type of stuff. And
flip
then
in, flip out, both?
I think I've only flipped in, either in or out. One time I did, this one was like, yeah, all right, this one's kind of like, was really hard.
Is
it's
this
like
your Peter Smolik trick?
No, I'm not sure.
Do you know
maybe.
The Storm at all? The movie? The video?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember how tech that was?
Yeah.
They were the first to do like the flip in, grind, pop, flip out, grind.
So gnarly.
Yeah.
But as far as the spine goes,
yes,
I think
love it. Comes back to the
spine.
spine.
Yeah. I did nollie double heel flip blunt once, like over.
That's
and it's
pretty
like
rare.
kind of silly, but also like really hard.
Yeah.
Just because like first getting like the nollie to like, you don't pop, you like, you know how you nollie pop rock and your wheel like hits off the coping to like nollie it. That's like hard to do when you're doing it with the heel flip, like the timing.
Dude, if I went up to a spine right now and I pictured nollie pop to rock, I'd have to learn how to do it again.
Yeah.
Every time.
It was just weird. It's all about like a lot of tricks like that is like the weight distribution, you know?
Yeah.
Like I gotta have weight on both feet, but also be leaning back slightly to land in the blunt. But when you lean back too far, you don't get the same nollie pop and flick.
So you mean to tell me that you pop your wheels off the coping and do nollie double heel to blunt on the spine?
Yeah, to blunt.
That's not even popping it off the ramp?
Yeah, the nose, the like physical nose doesn't hit like the ramp, I don't think.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
Of like how I would go about that.
Yeah, it's all like just, that's how it goes. And then like flipping out of like feeble grinds is like always tricky.
I've seen tray flip. What else you got?
Tray flip, varial flip, backside flip.
You got a good varial flip out of those too.
Yeah. I like that one's like my favorite. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because I can like, since it's not a full tray, I feel I can like make it go higher and land cleaner.
Yeah.
But it's always hard to grind. I kind of like doing it short for some reason instead of grinding the whole rail.
Yeah.
Do like half, like ollie. You gotta like land with your foot in the kickflip position.
Up on your toes, I imagine.
Yeah. And then you gotta be like balancing, and I don't know. It's just hard to like flip out of that. So I think that's like the hardest stuff.
Hell yeah.
Only because it's just like trial and error with like weight. You know, it's all weight distribution.
Yeah. Techest thing I ever did. I probably did like a kickflip slide, kickflip out at one point in my life.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I can't really remember, but I feel like I did. There's tricks I've learned and then just never did again because they're so hard to do.
Exactly.
And you just did it once. You're like, all right.
You mean like kickflip backflip or kickflip front lip, kickflip out or something?
No, more like kickflip tail, kickflip out.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
that's
probably
cooler.
And most likely kickflip front tail.
Yeah.
Out. Something for sure I can remember I did was kickflip blunt, kickflip out transition.
Yeah.
That was like
that one's
pretty
sick.
tech for me.
Hell
you know?
Yeah.
That's about it, dude. I never really got into dancing around up on rails or anything too much.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I would be, not that I'm against it. I just it might not be good enough.
Yeah, I hear you.
I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
So funny. But blunt kickflip or kickflip blunt kickflip.
Yeah.
You ever done one of those?
No,
only kickflip blunt on tranny.
I would never have.
You should do heel flip blunt.
Yeah, honestly, for some reason, it'd probably be like easier for no reason.
Because you have so much practice on the spine at OMF.
Yeah. Dude, I went to go back and try some of like the old ones recently, and since I skate the rink and the bowl all the time, like
you're like lost it.
I lost it a little bit. I would have to like spend like a half hour. But it's not like I can just go and do it first try when there wasn't as much stuff and I just skated that thing.
There'll be another day where it's like,
it just happens.
Someone's skating the spine.
Yeah.
Come out, nollie big heel to nose blunt revert.
Yep.
Evan's back.
Oh, man.
Ghostbusters VHS writes, tips for ripping tranny like Evan. Just hang out at the tranny bars, basically.
Oh my god! Pull that tranny, bro.
And then you can go home with as many as you'd like.
Fuck.
This is an adult. This is adult programming.
Yeah.
You can say that.
I think. I don't know. The way I think. I mean, I grew up skating a bunch of mini ramp. Like I had one in my backyard, and then there was one at OMF. So I think like being good at mini ramps helped me like have a good foundation. But I would say what I usually do is when you want to like learn a new trick and like do it on something bigger, you just like got to start from the bottom and just keep going up, you know?
Yeah.
Like you learn front 50 on the mini ramp and then you do it on like 6-7 feet and then you kind of just keep going.
Work your way up.
My whole thing is always just work your way up. No matter what it is. If it's a ramp or a rail. Because then like if you are just focusing on the one trick and taking it to higher and higher ramps, I think you'll like subconsciously kind of just get used to skating the bigger ramp like as you go, you know.
And it makes sense that if you start low, you can learn it without too much consequence.
Yeah.
And you can dial it in. You can form that style and that balance, figure it out.
Yeah.
And then slowly take it upwards at your comfort, you know?
Yeah.
What about when you hit, like, do you have a certain height transition?
Threshold?
Where you get nervous skating? Where you'd put a helmet on like Andy Anderson?
Yeah, I mostly put a helmet on just for vert.
Vert gets you? So what, are we talking, like any vert or like a vert ramp?
Like the Rye.
That's a vert ramp, right?
That's a vert ramp.
How big is that one?
I think like 13 or 14.
Let's Google.
That one's just like, I don't know, something about that one.
Dude, it looks fucking massive.
Yeah, but they have like mini vert ramps that are like 10 to 12 feet, you know, more like 80s style. That it's vert, but like not as tall. Like those ones, I don't really.
You're not doing it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
You're not putting a helmet on.
Yeah, no. But like the Rye one.
Okay, here we go. They write, our vert ramp is nearly exact replica of what you would find on the Dew Tour. 60 feet wide, 12-foot tranny, 2 feet of vert.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, I can only do a few.
No, it's 12. It's 12 foot. Wait,
yeah,
no.
12 foot and then 2 foot of vert.
Oh, is that what it's saying?
Yeah, 14.
Okay. That's intense.
Yeah, that one's just like, dude, I don't know. The only people that skate that without pads or a helmet are like Grant Taylor and like Pedro Delfino and dudes like that.
Yeah.
Or like that new kid, Oscar Rosenberg or whatever.
Just fucking barging it with no pads.
Yeah, they're just so good.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Vert ramps scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
They always have.
Yeah, it's the only like time where like I'd focus dropping in like every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think about what I'm doing. Like when I skate bowls, I'm kind of not thinking about dropping in. I'm just like thinking about the line or whatever.
What about I can't say that. Evan's saying that. I like get 6 foot and I get nervous. But what about the difference between Masonite and concrete? How do you get used to skating concrete big stuff?
I love concrete so much more.
I know, but so I asked this because I get nervous when I get like pool coping and concrete and like above 6 foot. That shit just makes me nervous. Like grinding through all that shit. You guys charge through that.
Yeah.
Do you just have to get used to that? Just takes a while.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you just keep skating more and more of it. You just like anything like consistency.
Here's another question. So going to all these concrete big bowl parks and shit like that, do you know that it's going to grind the same, or are they all different? And
yeah, a lot of it's different. Sometimes you can just like kind of run your trucks over it and just make sure. Yeah. But places like Lynch, like that coping's like the fucking nice, like, the Cali type coping. It's not that rough. Yeah. That shit's so fun. Like it just goes.
So it's just like a 4 foot mini ramp at some point, except all the height. But like it's gonna grind like a 4 foot. Where you're like, I can push through this. Yeah. Yeah. I seriously get afraid of the heights when it gets about 6 feet. Yeah. So entertaining like trying to grind that shit is terrifying to me. I'm dead serious. Yeah. I'll just do frontside flips on flat for a while. Yep. That's when I might put knee pads on. If we get to like 8 foot and I really was going to spend time skating it. Even the pill bowl at the edge, I like will grind on that, but I'm still like, it's like nerve wracking. Yeah. Let's see. All right, this one's from Weller. How different is the skate scene in New England now from when you just started skating?
Maybe it's more like, I don't know. It's always hard to tell because when you start skating, I met all the dudes I know now, but I was so young. I didn't really I don't know. You just don't really, you don't know how to get to know everyone and hang out with everyone and link up with people when you're like 12. Yeah. You don't even know what they think of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Like you're not good at like reading that stuff yet.
It takes a while. Yeah.
But I think it's pretty like tightly knit maybe compared to when it used to be. I think. Probably through like Instagram and different events. Like all the different, like everyone knows everyone, I think, maybe more than they did like.
For sure.
like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's why everyone can have an opinion online now.
Yeah.
And because everyone is starting to get to know each other.
That's a con, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like...
But the pro is that we all know each other for sure.
Oh, yeah, we're doing pros and cons. That's perfect.
Yeah. So that's what I say. I think it's a little bit more tightly knit, and everyone knows everyone, which
maybe
is cool.
too much sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but not always.
But not always.
I'd say that I agree with you on that. I'd say it's different pros and cons for the skate scene. So when I was younger, I wished more people skated. Yeah. So that was a con. I was like, dude, there's just not enough people that skate. Yeah. We used to just, when I first started the skate scene, like where I was, New Hampshire, and then I would skate around Boston and Massachusetts and Rhode Island and New York and stuff. And you would know everyone. Mm-hmm. And you were like, I just wish more people skated for whatever reason. I did anyways, not everyone. And now it's like, so that was a con. But the pros were that you knew everyone who skated. Yeah. So it was sick. You're like, totally. Yeah, you would hear stories about like Jeremy or like PJ or like there was dudes and everyone knew each other that was young and into skating, and like you would hear about the older dudes and shit, you know? Like I knew about Crazy Horse from Skaters Island and like
hell yeah,
just like
that's funny.
Yeah, it was like everyone kind of knew each other. But and then so nowadays I feel like skating's definitely bigger. There's more people that do it than ever, you know? So you don't know everyone. Yeah. So you just don't. Like I show up to the park now and there's like waves of different people getting into it. Like I feel like it's a hot spot right now. Or like there's something going on where people are just getting tuned in and getting hyped on skating, and like I see more new people skating nowadays than I ever have before.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
Yeah. And that's cool, but it's also like different people, so you got to deal with it. There's more athletes in skateboarding than I've ever witnessed in my life.
For sure.
Although I think before me, I think this shit goes in cycles, because I think before me, like the boomers or whatever, I think they were competitive. Like you hear it growing up, like Tony Hawk and all those dudes were competing in all those contests and shit, and like it seemed like it was real jockey, and then like it got real street, and like skating just goes in circles, you know, like seems that way.
Totally.
But for whatever reason right now, I feel like a lot of people are stoked on skating. Yeah. I think it's because more people are sharing their version of skating, and it's getting people tuned in, you know? Turned on. But no, you know? Like some people are like, yo, I'm at the park hanging out, and they're into a certain thing, and then someone sees it, and they're like, yo, that's what I'm into. Like, I like skating, and they're doing it, and I'm doing it, and then some people are like, this is what I like to do, and it's like they have a football team, but it's skating, you know? And like some dude's like, yeah, I like that, and then they get into it. Yeah. And then there's some emo kid in the side who's like, this is my version of skating. So it's like everyone can broadcast it, so like people are connecting. And it's like the world needs skating right now. Or we need something that like people aren't just working jobs and like fucking on their phone. Like thank God for skating. It pulls me away from like just always being disconnected. You have to like be in a moment when you're skating, or you'll get hurt, you know? So I think people are craving that. They're craving some engagement with life, you know? Yeah. Instead of just following fucking rules and being told what to do, and like you want to engage with it and have some interaction. I think that's why people do stuff like skateboarding. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's really changed that much though. I think it just goes in circles. Yeah. And we might be in a certain wave, you know? There's waves that come in and they're just up and down, different versions of it, different players. The game might stay the same. There might be valleys and peaks, you know? Yeah. Sammy Skates writes, best way to improve local outdoor skate parks, outdoor parks, or get one in your town.
Oh, yeah. Put me on the spot because I've done that. Now I have to explain it. No, I'm kidding.
Well, let's change the question slightly then. Act like you're talking to like a kid your age when you first thought about doing it. Yeah. What could you tell yourself that would help you along the way to try to get something done? Well, what's the approaches, the pros and cons?
So if you like live somewhere and like, I don't know, if you live in like a super boomer town, you know, and they
I kind of know what you're saying.
Like you said,
you
here,
call me
like,
a boomer though. I'm a millennial, bro.
They tore the park down because like the population is kind of older. Yeah. So if that's the case, maybe you go to the town next to yours or something. So basically, make sure like the town is like hip enough, maybe,
or at least understand skateboarding.
Understanding, yeah.
I think that's a little bit easier nowadays, hopefully.
Yeah, it's getting more and more where pretty much most towns, like, all right, like, kids are into skating. Like,
Yeah,
they should probably have a place to go.
Yeah, there's grandpa skating, there's young 8-year-old people skating, so...
Yeah.
But there are those places, dude, where there's fucking people that don't understand skating, and they're like, it's gonna be loud, and they're gonna be... It's like, dude, you don't want kids?
Yeah,
That's what kids
right?
are. Kids are loud. They like to skate. People like to be a child, you know?
Yeah. But I'd say it's really good to make sure you have, like, there's people that want to make changes in their community based on, like, what they think it needs or what their interests are or what their kid wants. And, like, there's a lot of people that approach the town or city council just, like, as a group of 1, 2, or 3, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to have, like, a big, like, coalition of, like, people, like, I think towns like to see, like, a real group effort.
Yeah. Like, see the community, have them turn out.
Like, one of the first meetings I went to bring up, like, the concerns about wanting the skate park to be better, there was, like, 15 people with me.
Damn, that's
so,
a
like,
squad.
Yeah, so it's, like, we're not trying to, like, be aggressive, but we're just, like, want to make sure, like, yeah, we're serious.
Yeah, like, we really want to park. Here's the people. This is our life. What do we got to do?
So if Sam, for example, on I think is his one called Lakeville?
Yeah,
like,
Lakeville.
Yeah, instead of, like, I don't know, he should roll up with, like, you just gotta, like, ask everyone to show support. Like, even his, like, mom and dad, or, like, I don't know if he has siblings, but even, like, if his brother or sister, like, doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
But just, like, strength in numbers and just getting everyone on board.
Just like, find everybody in the community that actually would benefit from a skate park, whether it's just your mom because you get to go skate and she doesn't have to deal with your ass because you're out there having fun and breaking a sweat and not annoying her, or, you know, just anybody in the community that backs the idea of a skate park, you're saying?
Yeah, just, like, I don't know, maybe that afternoon, like, you had a long day at work, or you might have some stuff you want to catch up on, like, just, like, it's just one day, just, like, put it aside and just show up, you know?
Yeah.
So definitely, like, a big organized effort where they see that there's, like, an actual, like, demand and interest, and it's not just, like, a few people that or, like, I want this, like, you know.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that say it and they complain and they talk shit, and you're like, dude, you're not even trying. You're just talking shit and saying it's not going to happen. Yeah. I remember that a lot, where you'd go around and people would be like, we're never going to get a new park. I'm like, have you tried anything?
Yeah.
No, but
it's
stacked against us, you know?
Yeah.
That's not always the case, but that does exist too.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, that's, like, the main thing, I would say.
And if you have a park and it's like a crusty ass shitty park, and you don't think people you're gonna be able to get a park or whatever, just DIY that shit. Yeah. OMF started that way, right?
Yeah, kinda. Like, it was all, like, the town was aware, but like, we had, like, the prefab, and then the homie Andrew, who he does skate camp, like, still, but he didn't come back as much as he used to, but he started, like, doing the annual summer contest that, like, I skated in when I was, like, 12.
That shit makes a difference, right?
Yeah, so it does, because even if you only make, like, $1,000 off the contest, or 500, if it's enough for, like, one new feature, then it just, like, keeps the hype going. Like, some years we only got, like, one year we only got, like, the box, or, like, just one flat bar, or, like, just one quarter pipe.
Makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
That whole year, that could be 50 new tricks on that new obstacle that you learn, and, like, adds to the thing, you know? Totally. Hours of fun for many people.
Yeah, all you have to do is, like, do a fundraiser at the skate park, like, a contest, like, get the town to, like, do it in partnership with you, so you don't have to get your own permit and insurance. Like, all they would do is just send, like, one of their recreation people to, like, oversee it and just, like, hang out and watch and, like, help with the signups. So, yeah, if your park's not that good and you just want something new to skate, you might not get, like, a huge new, like, chunk of money and redo it. You might have to just, like, have stuff kind of slowly build. But it's fun that way because it's just, like, you know.
And you did. So, like, for you guys started that way, and then you did get in a bigger chunk because you guys kept showing interest and showing interest, and then it turned into the bowl and, like, all that flat, and, like, you just were persistent enough.
Yeah, that's why we were able to do it, because for so many years before people really knew what was going on, we were, like, trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I guess just be persistent and, like,
Yeah.
If you have to start small and start small.
Hell yeah. And that takes a whole bunch of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Get as many homies as you can.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Yeah, you nailed that one. James Carey says 2020 trips for all I need. Definitely. We're going to... So, I don't know the trips. We don't have them planned out. But we are going to release Good Eye, our third full length, on Transworld at the end of this month. And that means that this video is officially done.
Yeah.
Because we made DVD copies, got them out there, sold them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the release online, people can watch it. And then that means we have to start working on a new video. And with new videos means we got to go somewhere awesome to film. Because every video we've worked on traveling. But even if it's just New York or like we go to Florida or like just travel somewhere new. Even if it's new cities, whether it's in New England or not. Videos make you want to go find some epic shit.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, and it adds to the video too. To go somewhere new. That's the best thing about like going somewhere, working on a video, going to a new city where you don't know any of the tricks that's been done, and you go to some new spot you've never seen, and you're just so hyped, and you're like, this is meant for this trick I've been working on for 5 years, and I finally found the spot. And it's in Arkansas. And you're like,
could be.
Yeah, you don't fucking know. And you're like, it's like freeing. It's like a whole new thing, you know? Sometimes you skate around your area so much that it's like ABDs and like the same spots. You keep going back for the same trick and you get stuck in a rut and shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully Surf Expo again. That'd be sick.
Totally.
Definitely. They already want us back, so we've been going the last fucking 5 years or 4 years, we were saying.
Yeah.
Maybe out west a little bit.
I'd be down for that.
If you're out there and you have a shop, and you want us to come your way, let us know, man. All I need will come. We'll figure out a way to go out there, shred your city, shred your park, you know, figure it out somehow, you know. That's always the best, dude, when you get to go. I used to do tons of demos and travel with, like, Fibro and Birdhouse when I rode in New York, dude. We would go, like, in World Industries. We would just go on trips. We'd do, like, 2-week trips. And go to like the Midwest and link up with all the shops. The shops would carry our boards, which would help us be able to afford to go out there and skate with everyone. And we'd just get in a van or whatever. Or in like New York, we'd fly to like another country where they were like selling our boards and they had distribution set up. And they'd be like crushing it with the boards, and they'd want the team to come out and hit all the shops and meet all the people and skate with the kids and build the hype. Because that's like... that was so fun because you go to new parks all the time and there's like you get to meet all the people in that area that go to those parks, and then you get to hit their street spots, and it's just like people are down to support the brand that much more because they get to meet them and sweat with them, you know. Like,
totally.
There's real connection instead of just some digital thing, you know. So like more of that would be awesome.
Yeah,
know?
I agree. Hell
yeah. So there's definitely, we're open to all things, man.
Yeah.
And we're constantly doing cool shit, so. I don't know if we're going back to Rob Stock. It kind of got vetoed, but it didn't, you know? It's like everybody wants to go, but we've gone every year, and it's like chaos, and it's like you just don't know what's going to happen. The house might fall in on itself.
It's always really fun.
If we don't go, we have to do our own thing. That's my one rule.
Yeah.
If we don't go to Rob Stock,
go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Have fun.
It has to be a trip where, like, it's a getaway, though. Because, like, the best thing about Rob Stock is you're going into Maine 7 hours just to do nothing but lose your mind. Skate a shitty ramp and go camping and run into people, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, like, if we don't do that, then we got to do our own thing.
Yeah.
So, but we may end up at Rob's Talk again. I like the idea of doing something different, too, though.
Me too, yeah.
Like, New Hampshire could be sick.
Yeah, and like Vermont, Burlington area, I know there's a fuck ton of spots.
Would be sick.
Yeah.
PA, we should go to Pennsylvania, too.
That too, yeah.
We used to go to Pennsylvania with World a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of the demos and shit.
Oh, sick.
So many parks and sick skate scenes out there.
Hell yeah.
Dude, if you're out there and you have a shop or you have a park and you have a community of people and you guys want us to come, let us know, dude. We'll figure it out. Let's work this out so we can get this going. Because I would love to go to, like, different states and cities and film and
Me too,
watch you guys skate with people and meet people and like, film vlogs. Would be awesome of that.
Totally.
We used to do that a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still do that now. We're just, like, more local right now.
Yeah.
But, dude, we should venture out.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of places we can drive, for sure.
For sure. Where was I going with that? Pennsylvania. What were you saying?
Burlington,
Vermont.
yeah.
Yeah, Vermont would be sick. There's street spots. We know the homies there too.
Yeah.
Could go out there. Yeah. Fuck yeah. We can go to Maryland again too. Remember we were going there for those contests?
Yeah.
That's why skate events are sick too, because it gives us a reason to go, you know.
Totally.
Maryland. I was gonna talk about the All I Need event that I wanna I kinda have a name. It's not necessarily like so like if we don't do Rob Stock, I wanna do our own thing.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, and I wanna call it AIN Palooza. All I Need Palooza.
Hell yeah.
So
That'd
like
be sick.
And there's a spot in New Hampshire that it's a shitty ass park.
Really?
It's like a
near Tara's
yeah,
is that,
father's house.
Yeah.
So my lady's father opened up he bought a house and he opened up a ice cream spot.
Yeah.
And it's right at the base of a mountain in New Hampshire, like a famous snowboarding
so
mountain
cool.
or whatever. But they have this little park. And I said shitty, but it's not really shitty. It's pretty sick. You'll love it. There's a round bar that curves, big
word,
long
I'm
one.
in.
Yeah, there's a mini ramp with a hip. It's like, it's not like a big elaborate park, but it's a small one, but it's super fun.
Yeah.
And like we could shred. And like I went there and there was already like a dozen people shredding. Like they have a
Word.
scene there.
Hell yeah.
So like if we don't do Rob Stock, maybe we do that because there's a place to go swimming.
Yeah.
There's a rope swing.
Some summer
There's an
stuff.
ice cream shack with food and stuff. We can camp out there. There's some freedom, live free or die out there. We can
Sounds
light
beautiful.
some fireworks off.
Fuck yeah.
Drink some fucking Fireball.
Yeah.
Smoke tons of fucking weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trip balls out in the woods.
That'd be so
Maybe
awesome.
we get Ryan Race to come and pick the mushrooms.
Oh my God.
Andy Anderson be out there doing triple finger flips, dude. Shit could get weird, Evan. But call it AIN Palooza or All I Need Palooza.
Yeah.
Because then that entitles it's like a skate party.
Yeah.
Come skate, but also like camp
Hang
and
out,
just
have
hang and
fun.
like, yeah, you
Fuck
know?
yeah. That would be so fun.
Yeah, so that's something I've been like turning in my head. So if there's any interest out there for an All I Need Palooza and you guys would want to come and support, like my homie Mason out there,
Yeah,
he
he
was
would
going to
definitely
Rob
go.
Stock. Let us know because if we build it, they will come.
They
That's the
will,
saying.
yeah.
So maybe we'll just throw it.
Yeah.
Start with like doesn't even matter if 10 people show up in the middle of New Hampshire for it. Be sick.
We could probably get so many people to go because it'd be so much closer.
We have to hit up the Red Alert guys too because
Yeah.
they'll come up and hang out. and
Oh
shit.
yeah, smoke
get
them if you got.
Yeah,
'em.
Sheehan, get Sheehan out there. Dude, I love New Hampshire. I
Yeah.
grew up skating in New Hampshire. I got my first board in New Hampshire.
I know that's crazy.
Raymond, New Hampshire.
It's so sick.
I was very proud to be like I wasn't born in New Hampshire. I was born in Mass, but like I lived in the trailer park in New Hampshire. Raymond, New Hampshire. Just
Raymond.
lived in the trailer park there for like years with my mom. It was sick.
Yeah.
Some of it was sick. My brother Sam Shetler writes, Sanders or Biden? First, are you political at all?
To an extent, I guess. I mean, I don't really not too hot of a fan of both of them, but I don't know. I'd rather pick Sanders. Biden's just like fucking creepy, dude. He's just kind of like, I don't know. But Sanders, I don't know, dude. They've just both been like politicians for so long. They're so old and just like, I know most presidents are old, but they're both just like so old and like outdated and like, I wish Yang was still in the race, but it's okay.
Yeah. He's still being political though.
Yeah,
So I don't know
good.
if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
No,
I hope it is.
It's good because
Yeah.
like even if like the first time Bernie didn't get his nomination, he still made a huge impact, and he has all these voters and fans for this time around.
Yeah, he didn't give up on it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just say like neither, maybe Bernie.
The only
Just-
thing that worries me is like the further you stay in the game.
Yeah.
Like if you have these great ideas to change the system and like
Yeah, I
that's
don't-
what you're running. Like Andrew
Yeah.
Yang's, maybe over time the politics will change where it makes more sense that there's a UBI and stuff.
Mhm.
Although I feel like it makes sense now. But is he going to become more like? It depends on if politics change. Politics hasn't changed my whole life.
Yeah.
It's been the same game, and people just corrupt their souls to play the game and win.
Yeah.
That's what it
Sanders,
seems like
dude,
to me.
I don't know. Man.
I don't know if Sanders has, but
I don't know.
who's in whose pockets?
Yeah, I don't know. He rags on like big business and like really wealthy companies a lot because they don't pay taxes, which is like okay. I think they shouldn't not pay any taxes, but like he doesn't know what it's like to employ like tens and thousands of people and
Yeah,
like
they have no
make
business
business
experience.
happen.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't know what it's like to run a payroll and like actually run a business. Like, I don't know. Like, you've just been a politician the whole time. So wasn't Biden and all the other ones, but
yeah, they're career politicians.
yeah, like Amazon is like, I know they've probably taken a lot of money away from mom and pop shops, and they use a lot of our roads and airways, and they don't really pay for it through taxes, but they're also like employing so many people. And think of all the people that have businesses that can sell their stuff on Amazon. It's like I know they're like millions and $billion. It's like people,
Trillions.
yeah,
Like
trillions.
$1 trillion at this point, I'm sure.
But it's not like you don't want to not encourage that. I feel like he wants to like not encourage like that type of like American like powerhouse type things. Like I feel like he's scared of it, or like I don't know.
We're never gonna get a Mike Tyson again.
Yeah, I don't know.
The greatest alive.
Yeah. But
I know you don't want to shit on American exceptionalism.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But so like, you brought up Andrew Yang, and that was what I liked about him.
Yeah,
he was like, look, we just need to take some of the resources and cover our basic needs. That's what the UBI was. Mm-hmm. And then everybody wasn't ready for the idea of like taking care of human needs because they think like people are just going to turn into like the worst parts of Skid Row, and or people are just out there living off of like being homeless for fun or something, like they're afraid people won't know what to do with their time. Ultimately, your currency is your real.
Yeah.
I mean, your currency, your time is your real currency.
Even though you
I've
messed it up,
before.
I've heard you say it before, so I just like kept going without thinking you messed up.
No, yeah, I know. We've talked about this multiple times.
But I think Biden and Bernie both kind of scare me a little. I guess I couldn't pick.
Oh yeah,
one.
that was the question.
Yeah, I guess they're both like, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're just, you can never trust any of them. They're just so sketchy.
I feel like that too.
And the whole thing is too, I don't think one president can really change the country that much. There's thousands of like lawmakers and fucking people that influence like Congress and the representatives, like so much deeper than one person making the difference. Like think about all the people that have had seats in the House like year after year because there's no term limits in like Congress and stuff. Like they're the ones that are like making things not change because they've been fucking sitting there for so long, Term limits would be cool, I think.
Yeah. Like, there's things we can do. It doesn't have to be a drastic overhaul.
Yeah, it doesn't have to like, it's the president isn't the end all be all is what I'm saying, I guess. Like so many other government officials that could make a difference. Yeah. Even your local towns, dude, like I don't know. There's people that affect change in your town and your state. There's your state lawmakers, like that people don't like call up or like take the time to, like, I don't know. It all starts in your state and your town, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm starting to like rant about that, so
that's fine. It's good that you think about this shit, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of skateboarders or just people or just whatever, not just skateboarders, but people in general just don't want to think about it. A lot of people are just working their jobs, trying to deal with their own emotions.
Yeah, like
figure it out.
Like think that far.
Yeah,
figure out how to weed out who's like lying and who's not.
Yeah, the politics, it's like so far removed from the average human that it's like you just feel like it's out of your hands anyways, you know, which is a shitty thing. But definitely we have some power. Like, I know they always try to force you to vote. They're always like, voting is going to make a difference. And then every year there's like some controversy or like some politics and games and whatever, But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I paid attention to Biden and Sanders a little bit here and there. I've like watched some of their shit. But yeah, politics is in such disarray that you don't know up from down and who's lying, who's telling the truth. It's like they're all playing games so much that they don't care about a unifying message. So it's like the average person doesn't know. And we don't have the resources to be like, you know what I mean? Like, like everyone who's gung-ho for Trump or for whoever, whatever their candidate is, especially if they don't have, I'm always like blown away when someone who has no money is super into Trump. Yeah. I'm like, dude, like why? Like I'm always blown away, but it's like, I'm like, you're not in the same politics as he is. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like he's a rich dude who doesn't need your support. Yeah. But I feel the opposite too. Like, it's just both extremes fighting with each other. The truth is somewhere more in the middle. It's like, It's like everybody wants to take all of it and change it all up drastically so that there's a whole new world, but that's not good either. We need like institutions, and we need people to make good decisions and be. The UBI I like though, because at least distributes the money a little bit, where you put it into the people and the people decide what to do with it instead of giving it to a politician and letting them come up with it. You know, like I feel like I have more faith in individuals, like than just like giving it to some big government that's just gonna like do something with it. You know,
for sure.
But who fucking knows, right?
Yeah.
Politics has always been the same my whole life.
Yeah.
And I think it's by design. It's meant to be like opposing sides, fighting it out, and then very little change.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to move a huge ship all at once. It's got to move slowly, you know?
Or else chaos will arise.
Yeah, or like everything gets knocked over. Yeah. Who knows? It's out of my realm. I'm too stupid to understand it. But there is a lot of fucking shit we could fix now. Yeah. Like the prison system, education system. Yeah. Like we could all aim at things and be like, let's work towards these things. Yeah, we don't things don't have to be perfect, but let's like work towards something, you know. How was Tampa Pro? I was kind of talking about it. It was sick. Everyone was ripping. It's always a funny show. Kind of felt like high school. You had, like, the fucking daggers versus the fucking squares or whatever, you know? Like, the bad boys versus the preppies or some shit. I kind of felt that way. Yeah, it was, like, the jocks versus the fucking wastoids or something. Like, and I was leaning towards the wastoids. Even though I wasn't wasted at all, I was just, like, watching the whole thing. Like, but it's so fun. It's all trivial, you know? Yeah. To me, anyways, it's all, like, so silly and fun. It's like, this is ridiculous. Just a once-a-year contest, you know. Magni Giorgio, or Giorgio, I don't know how to say it, Giorgio, Giorgio. What inspires you to keep skating without getting bored?
I don't know. Fuck. Skating's like an addiction for me, and like, I don't know. I just like am bored if I'm not skating, so it makes sense to keep skating.
Yeah. Can't get enough?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What inspires you to keep skating without getting bored? Time away from skating.
Yeah.
When I can't skate or I have to do, like, if I have a day where I'm, like, even if it's I'm working on skateboarding stuff, like emails or pressing graphics on the boards or whatever, shipping shit out or whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'm not skating. And I'm still working on it, but like at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, I just did too much organizing, too much like sitting in front of a computer, too much like focus on just too much like restraint, because all that's like you have to like sit down, you have to communicate with someone, move some numbers, organize things, you know, package it all up. It's just like a lot of like focusing on shit and keeping it clean and orderly and like organization. So anytime, whether it's like driving a truck and delivering boxes and shit, like doing that for all day, I'm just at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, I just need to like do something random with my body and my mind, and I like that inspires me to go skate, because I'm like, this isn't really what I want to be doing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Trick. Yeah, like I'd rather just do this. You know, the skateboarding work though, like when I do a bunch of skateboarding work. And it's not like skating, but it's like doing emails or shipping stuff or organizing and sitting down, brainstorming and all that. I love doing that stuff, but it's still like it inspires me to skate more, because I'm like, it's like a lot of like you got to pay attention and you got to use your brain a lot. So then at the end, I'm like, fuck, I just need to like get out of this and like go skate and not think and just be random and slide around on the park or like run into someone, you know, like and talk to people randomly while having play and being silly, you know, like. It's just like, that's what inspires me. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Solid. Especially if you work a 9 to 5 for someone else, which most people do. It's like you work for someone else. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. Like you're just working for someone else, making some money, but you're usually on their schedule and there's a job you got to do to get paid. And like it might not be what you want to do, but you got to do it, get your paycheck, and then you get your free time. It's like, that's like, let's go skate. Let's fucking go skate. Now we're off the clock. Like, you know what I mean? Totally. That lights the fire. So time away from skating inspires. Sometimes I skate too much and just am always injured.
Yeah.
You been there?
Yeah.
A lot of people are, especially when you're addicted to skating.
Yeah.
It's like you can't stop and you're still having fun and you're hurt and you just like you work through the hurtness and you're still going. And you're like, someone's gonna be like, dude, calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah.
Take a nap.
Yep.
Take a nap. Skatebearders. He writes, why did Jake Phelps die? Do you know any rumors?
Rumors is I've heard this one. He posted some video, like, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but you ever see that video he posted? He's like, oh, I just fucking bombed a hill, got knocked out. Like, he's feeling himself talk.
I did see that.
There's a rumor that maybe that had something to do with it, but when you party...
Was that like a certain amount of time before he died he put that out?
I think it might have been like a couple months, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but...
Well, people hit their heads and, like, go into depression and, like...
Yeah.
If you get concussions and shit, it can fucking not be good. Yeah. Especially if you have, like, some sort of addiction. Not saying Phelps did, but...
Yeah.
Who fucking knows, you know?
So, I guess between that and, like, living as recklessly as he did, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Probably didn't really sleep a lot. Probably just...
I feel like Phelps didn't sleep too much.
Didn't sleep too much.
He's burning the candle at both ends, maybe?
Yeah.
You don't become I mean, he's a legend for that, I feel.
Probably a lot of cocaine, I think.
Maybe, right?
But not even hating on it. That's just what happens if you just...
He seems like he chose his path.
Yeah. Pedal to the metal till the end.
He was Thrasher.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I mean, you can't look at him be like surprised that he died so early.
Yeah. Seemed just like a gnarly character.
Yeah.
That's what he was known for.
He was still alive,
for sure. Yeah.
Definitely was kind of bummed, but it's all good. That's what happens.
Here's what Wiki says. Death. Phelps was found dead from unknown cause on March 14th, 2019 at the age of 56. He made it to 56.
I thought he was like 60.
He looked like he was 60. A little
5.
Bit. Yeah.
65.
Grandpa Phelps. You could tell he had some years on him. He was like a tree that had a lot of rings, you know?
Yeah.
You could tell he was like living the gnarly life. Age 56 at his home in San Francisco, California.
Just at his home?
Yeah, his death was announced on a Thrasher Instagram post and was cremated with his skateboard. And he was cremated with his skateboard. According to his Wikipedia page.
I thought he died in like some foreign country, so I'm glad you looked that up because I don't know. He just died at his house.
Yeah, that sounds
so
better.
Weird. Maybe he just had like a heart attack or something.
Here's what New York Times writes. Jake Phelps dies at 56, a Thrasher editor, a skateboarding guru. They got a pretty good photo of him, too. Look at him. Hey, Phelps kind of cleaned up right there, dude.
Yeah, right? What
Looking every bit of 56 right there. He has a young 56 Phelps.
Yeah.
Jake Phelps, caustic, funny, brash, longtime editor of skateboarders' most revered magazine, Thrasher, a position that made him a tastemaker in a subculture known for resenting authority, was found dead on March 14th at his home in San Francisco. He was 56. His death was announced by Thrasher, Instagram post. Just as we need food and water to survive, Jake needed skateboarding to get his blood pumping. Tony Vitello, Thrasher's publisher, wrote in the post. It was more than a hobby or a form of transportation for him. It was his oxygen.
Hell yeah.
That's sick. All I need, Phelps.
Yeah.
He was a lifer, bro. I bet, dude. There's dudes like that you're like, they're just going to be a skateboarder until they're 90.
Yeah.
Like, they're just that version of a skateboarder. Like, they find what they think skateboarding should be and their style and their interpretation of it, and that's what it's going to be until they're dead.
I love that.
I feel like that's us. Sick. That's like a lot of people, like diehard people that are like, I don't care what the world tells me or this fucking thing says. This is what it's going to be, and we're going to live this out. Mm-hmm. People love skateboarding. Yeah. In a phone interview, Mr. Vitello said Mr. Phelps would be cremated with a skateboard. Mr. Phelps, I keep saying Mr. Phelps. Jake was at the top of Thrasher's masthead for half of his life, a position that made him both loved and hated in the small, insular world of skateboarding. His magazine, a San Francisco-based monthly, was circulation of about 100,000 and thick with ads.
What?
Is knowing but abrasive. Mr. Phelps banned skaters and didn't like from his pages and mocked others in an annual Teddy Awards. Yeah. Yeah, so they banned people from Thrasher and they mocked people in the Teddy's Awards.
Hell yeah.
In 1996, a professional skateboarder whom Jake had labeled most annoying in the previous year's issue showed up at Thrasher's office and punched him in the face.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He was subsequently banned from Thrasher. Jake became more
That would suck.
or less synonymous with the magazine, which was not always an easy thing to be. Thrasher's motto was skate and destroy. Its vision of skateboarding was unrelentingly gnarly. It had a reoccurring feature in which readers were encouraged to send in pictures of broken bones and open wounds.
Yep. Hell yeah. It's why Milton won Sodi, because he embodies that attitude.
Yeah, definitely.
Just fucking Thrasher all the way.
Skate and destroy.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Skating would suck if it was all rules and just the Olympics and a bunch of jock elitist assholes just telling you how and what and where, and that you can't make fun of people's shorts. You know, like everyone has to get along and play nicely and follow the rules. Skateboarding's too complex for that shit. Can't be owned or controlled by one person or one thing.
Yeah.
Too many people care about it, and there's too many different styles and interpretations.
Totally.
Yeah. So you got opposing forces. Crazy. There's a lot of extremes like that in skating. I guess there's everyone in between, though. Like, the average person is the in-between.
Yeah.
Where they just skate and love it, and they, you know, and then there's always fucking people that are going to, like, burn the candles at both ends and go out like a fucking savage hero and just be like strung out, like ripping, but like still ripping and just like living in mud and squalor and like fuck everything. And then you got the other dude who's like got the fucking high top fade and the tracksuit and the gold Yuto. Did you see the Yuto? What's his name?
Horigami.
Yuto Horigami.
Damn, he dressed like that?
No, but did you see he had like a live stream? Someone sent it to like...
No way.
He had like a live stream and he's like just dancing around with his like X Games medals and shit.
Oh no.
And he's just like grabbing things in his room. He's like, I like this. It's like a little teddy bear. I like this. Like just like that. Dude, I gotta find it. Hold on. Just for the audio. Let's find it for the audio.
Fuck?
Hold on.
I thought he was pretty sick.
I mean,
he
like may be.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of joke.
He might just be kind of corny. No, he might just be a cheesy dude who's into that. Just like Nija.
He seems like a little less Nija, you know, though.
Yeah.
Kind of just more like quiet and reserved, I think.
Yeah, but there might be a translation issue.
True.
That might be why we don't know so much about him.
And his face just looks so innocent.
I know. Yeah, he looks younger than he probably is.
Yeah.
Too, he's got the Asian blood where they just like look youthful forever.
Dude, he's fucking so good. He can skate like I don't like comparing skateboarding.
Do it.
He can he can skate like everything. Like he can skate
he skates vert.
He can skate vert like I don't think Nija. He's probably good at like, you know, smaller tranny, like 6-7 foot. But Yuto can like
he can skate.
Beautiful transition.
Yeah,
like I think I've seen him do like a padless 5 on like a full size vert ramp.
Dude, that would be funny to challenge Nija because he'd probably accept it. Be like, you can't skate vert.
Yeah.
Nija can't skate vert. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
That's a Billy line. Have you ever seen him skate vert?
Nija?
Yeah.
No.
You think he can?
He can probably
do
like,
anything. He's the greatest of all time, bro. He could do anything he puts his mind to.
He could probably do like some basic stuff. Like a rock the fake.
Here, let's see if you can hear the audio. Yeah, it's like some like victory music, and he's just walking around with his like, they sound like cheap little medals that like the X Game or whoever gave him, you know.
Here, turn the audio down there. Oh, so it's not too loud.
Yeah, he's like singing along. Wait till he finds like this little teddy bear. He's like, I like or something. He's like, oh, it's some trash like hip hop, you know. Cringe. He's probably doing it to trigger me. All right, enough of that.
Dude, he looks like he's drunk or something.
Yeah, that's probably true. They exist, bro. It exists. He's probably fucking... How old do you think that dude is?
He's got to only be like 20 or something.
Yeah, he's probably just like feeling himself.
Yeah.
Just fucking little... What was he drinking? He had some White Claws. He's
Did
like,
he?
no laws.
Yeah.
Nah, just making it up.
No laws on claws.
But most likely, right?
Yeah.
I just believe people nowadays. Like, people want to say he's trolling, but I just think that was probably him.
No, definitely.
He's probably 20, feeling himself, got his stupid medals. He's like, I played the game. I'm balling, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, good for you, bro. All right, did we cover it all? We got more questions.
Forgot what even the question was.
It was how and why did Jake Phelps die?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Jake just lived his life how he wanted, and his life was done at that point.
Yeah.
He exhausted it to the point where he was ready to go, and it happened.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get any answers, apparently.
I don't think, I bet people know, but it's just like not the.
Oh, here we go. This is going to help us. I'm going to read more of the New York Times. Whew. Here we go. Let me see. Okay, so it was talking about. Okay, skateboarding at the professional level is a peculiar enterprise, one without official rules and few contests that any skaters really care about. Something that can happen anytime, anywhere. It is a chaotic subculture that requires arbiters of taste to draw boundaries, which Mr. Phelps did with zeal. You score 40 points at a game in basketball, it doesn't matter if you're a kook. Mr. Vitello said, using an epitaph, skaters wield against those who fail to grasp the unspoken rules of the subculture. But in skateboarding, he added, it doesn't matter how good you are if you're a kook. Separating the kooks from the rest was Mr. Phelps' calling.
That's awesome.
Separating the kooks from the rest was Mr. Phelps' calling.
That's so good.
He was known for his encyclopedic knowledge of skateboarding and his cutting wit, and he exerted his will over the industry well beyond the years when most people put the board down. Phelpers was a fucking lifer.
Hell yeah.
Amen, brother. All right, we're done with Phelps. R.I.P. my G. He was that dude. It's extremes. I wish Phelpers was like, I wish it was like not so extreme on both ends, you know? We could have had Phelper for another 20 years, but then we would have probably got like a more watered down version.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what I mean?
That's the way it had to be.
Yeah, he exhausted his life. Such a legend. How's this year been so far? This is from Sam, the homie Sam that I showed with.
Sam O.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sam
been
O?
sick.
Is it Sam O?
Or just like his Instagram name. Like
it's like
Sam O.
Yeah,
like,
710.
Yeah. It's been sick. Expo trip was sick. Atlanta was sick for the first time.
Oh yeah, you went down there.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Who'd you go down there with?
Like 7 people. Like Gage, my friend Evan Lubo, this kid Blaine, who's like I had met through Rob Stock.
Nice.
He's really cool. Luke from Providence, who does the Swan Common thing.
Oh hell yeah.
He's like the more organized one who like booked all the flights and Airbnb for us.
That person's got to exist.
He's dad.
Yeah, dad.
The homie Gabe from up in Maine. He's like kind of with the, you know, the Channel 6 crew, that Gage. So he's from up there. This one kid, Nick, who I had never met before. I don't remember his last name, but he was really cool. I liked him. And then Trent, who he brought his VX down. He filmed some clips and he was cool. Oh, and fucking James, Crow Dog.
Hell yeah. James Shaw.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was sick. It was really fun. And it wasn't like too wild or anything. Like we like, you know, just chilled at the Airbnb. We didn't really go out too much. We like just skated and just like.
What was the idea for the trip?
Filming. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys all linked up from just different places and spearheaded it and went for it?
Yeah.
Why Atlanta?
They've been Gage and Luke have gone there like the past 2 like Februaries. And I hadn't been yet, and it was just time for me to go.
Fuck
I was
yeah.
like, I want.
You didn't go on our Atlanta trip?
No, I tried to, but my ankle was like super fucked, and even though I probably shouldn't have gone, I wanted to try because it was like the first trip I got invited on.
Yeah.
But it was just like so messed up.
You made the right decision then.
Yeah, I shouldn't
just
have tried.
Just to like let it heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't end up healing for another I couldn't skate like that whole summer for the most part.
Jesus. What was the injury?
I just sprained the ankle that I had broken the past, like wicked bad.
Yeah.
And it just like almost took longer to heal from the sprain than it did when I broke it.
Yeah, because like ligaments take a while. Yeah.
It happened in like May, and I didn't get better until like New England AM that year. The
Gnarly.
year me, Gage, and Eli skated.
Fuck
and we got
yeah.
like third in the shop division.
Yeah.
That was like the day where I was like, okay, like it's better.
Rad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's insane.
Yeah.
That was an insane day.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I think this year, I was talking in the group chat a little bit. I was thinking the fall brawl, we should do like 15 and under, then do like a Clash of the Crews. Like
That
just
would be sick.
invite crews. So like
Yeah.
3 people could team up, and then we'll just give the crews a name, or they can pick their name or whatever.
That would be cool.
So that way when we announce it, it's like the fucking pterodactyls are coming out. The Narragansett pterodactyls coming out with the
Yeah.
3 people. And then
That would be fun. It would
yeah,
make
just
like,
keep it fun, but like the Clash of the Crew, do jam format.
Yeah.
Maybe do a lady jam. Hey, if you guys are out there in New England and there's enough ladies that want to do a ladies jam, because we did it before and it was awesome. I remember we had a good turnout. It was like under 10 people, but it was enough to do a ladies jam. So I was thinking 15 and under for all the young bucks, do jam format. Ladies jam, because there's a lot of girls ripping, see if they're down. And then do that jam format too, or just like low pressure fun, you know?
Yeah.
And then Clash of the Crews, because then it's just like 3 homies team up. They pick their fucking crew name, and then we just do jam form. They get the course for, say, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. 3 dudes at once. We judge the crew as one, and then we just bracket style
Hell yeah.
till we get the last crew standing.
The last crew, baby.
Yeah, do it for Phelper.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. How's this year been so far? It's been good. Sam, what up, my G? It's been good, man. It's 2020. It's March. The weather's been amazing on the East Coast. I went to Florida, and it was the same weather as it was here in New England. So it's like, what's going on? About to drop good eye on the Transworld site, which is cool to see. To know that our hard work's going to be up on that site is cool. Transworld's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Biggest skate website, skateboarding.com. I used to work with them back in the day. It's cool to work with them again. Actually, going back to a trip, I'd like to go out to the Transworld Park and skate like SoCal and link up with
Timmy.
D Fuchs out there, Derek Fukuhara. Timmy's not far. He's Colorado, but he could come out.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he has been in Colorado.
Andrew Soptich, meet up with him. Maybe cruise around, like skate some street. You guys ever go to NY? That's Limitless Culture, NY.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely got some trips to go to NY. It's already getting nice out, so like as soon as we can organize a trip to New York, we should.
Yeah.
It as much as New York is fun, it's also fucking hard to skate. You gotta drive in, and it's like a lot going into it, you know.
Yeah.
But last time we had pretty good fun, and
Success, yeah.
fucking homie showed us around.
Dennis.
Yeah, from Homage. Yeah, that was sick.
Chum Media.
Yeah, we could do that again too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely make our way out to New York again. Let's see. I think that's it, man.
Word.
I think we crushed it. What's the time? When did we start this thing?
Oh, damn, wow.
Nice. Well, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks.
dude. Thank you.
Shout out to all you guys out there on social media that follow All I Need.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the good sessions, because a lot of these people that left comments, we've had some awesome sessions with, and thank you for the questions.
Totally.
It's cool to be a part of this world with you motherfuckers.
Thanks, boys.
And thanks, Evan, for
Hell yeah, it's super fun, man.
Yeah, for being down and
Gang shit.
doing this. I'm hyped this is going, dude. Yeah. Grateful to be here. Pros and cons for life. Go.
Pros and cons for life?
Yeah, we're going out on this.
Fuck. Pros, I guess, is that life, you always say how life is long, and then it's like, life is long, you know? Like, sometimes it feels like it goes by fast, but you gotta space out your energy and ambitions and don't go too fast. And so it's cool that it's like a process. You get to enjoy it, you know, no matter what stage you're at. I don't know. And cons, sometimes that you have to do responsibilities and can't do skateboard shit all the time. But it's also good to have responsibility at the same time, because you'd probably just feel like a bum if you didn't have any.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Pro, skateboarding. Con is life stuff.
Yeah.
Simple.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, pros is that we can aim at things and we can create worlds and create lives. We can add value and purpose if we can figure out what we want to aim at. And then hopefully we can turn our work into what we love,
Mm-hmm.
which would be some more skateboarding stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it's not directly doing the skateboarding, but even if it's just running skate brands or podcasts or YouTube channels, and like figure out how to do it where we can make money and make a living and keep it going.
Yeah.
Build audiences for everybody in the community.
Yeah.
And like find ways to like live our dreams, you know? It's not supposed to be easy because if it was, it'd probably be a tail whip. Yeah. Right? Cons is that it can be long and you can get lost.
Yeah.
And you can forget your mission statement. But yeah.
Just refer
Focus.
back.
Yeah, that's the reminder.
Yeah.
That was actually to answer the whole question. The whole reason why I call that All I Need is just a reminder.
Yeah.
I've told you that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Focus on your needs, build off of them, find people that are doing that too, and you guys can move mountains, and we will.
Hell
So,
yeah, dog.
thanks, guys. Till next week, my friends. The podcast lives. Choo.
Chill.
I had to pee so bad. R.I.P. Phelper.
I didn't have to pee at all, luckily. I'd be chilling.
It's so conflicting. Felper was one of those dudes that's just like, he was so raw,
Yeah.
and you could see where he was going, and you knew that he had passed away young, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But the opposite of him is just as bad. It was like too corny and cheesy and too willing to sell skateboarding down the road.
Yeah.
Instead of just like keeping it raw.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So it's like so conflicting. Somewhere on the line is the truth, you know?
Yep. Totally. Agree.